3-5 record on the season, have taken the half-hour drive to the east, and they are here to take on the Class A Providence Pioneers, number 4 in the USA Today poll, number 5 in the Indiana Football Coaches Association poll, and tied for 6th in the Associated Press poll. The Pioneers come in 5-2 tonight here at Gene Sartini Field in Murphy Stadium on the campus of Our Lady of Providence High School here in the town of Clarksville. Providence coming off of their first ever football state championship a season ago. The Pioneers went 14-0 en route to winning the Class A championship, beating the North Judson Blue Jays by a final score of 35-20 last season at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. The Pioneers, proud of that accomplishment, have really done well under their sixth-year head coach Daniel McDonald, who was an assistant coach at Male High School in Louisville prior to his arrival here in Clarksville. Coach McDonald, a Wagner High School graduate out of Louisville and Indiana University Southeast graduate, has had a ton of success in the last few years with the Pioneers. They started 9-12 with Coach McDonald at the helm in the first 2 seasons here, and now over the last 4 seasons, the Pioneers are 40-6, having won 87% of their games over the last 4 campaigns, including this one. The Pioneers were off last week. They did not have a game on their schedule. That was filled with Corydon Central there for a few years until the Panthers decided to add Madison to the schedule, with the Cubs joining the Mid-Southern Conference next season. And so far, it has been an impressive Providence team all season long. They're coming off a win in their last game 2 weeks ago here at home against Indianapolis-Scecina, 51-7. The Pioneers' first win over a team with a winning record, as Scecina comes into this week with a 5-3 record on their campaign. So far, it's been a fairly seamless transition at quarterback for the Pioneers. Sophomore Nicholas Fondrisi, known as Nico, that's how we'll refer to him on the broadcast tonight, has completed 62% of his passes for 972 yards. Fondrisi also has 14 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. Junior running back Kalen Sipes is the leader out of the backfield, 611 rushing yards, averaging an impressive 9.4 yards per carry to go with 7 touchdowns. Senior running back wide receiver Lincoln Crewer has accumulated 452 rushing yards, 6.7 yards per carry with 5 touchdowns. The leading receiver on the year has been senior wide receiver Jacob Evans, a big target at 6'3", 180 pounds. He has 300 receiving yards on the year, averaging 13 yards per catch with 4 touchdowns. Junior wide receiver Noah Leeser, another big target, 6'6", 190 and a junior. He has 187 yards receiving, averaging 13.4 yards per reception with 4 touchdown catches on the year. Sophomore linebacker Jorge Reyes Nino leads the defense with 75 tackles on the year. 57 of those have been solo. He has 2.5 tackles for loss with 1 interception and 1 fumble recovery. Brewer has also been active on the defensive side as well from his linebacking spot. 46 tackles on the year, 30 solo, 2 tackles for loss with 2 fumble recoveries. And senior defensive end Pete Lannon, who will also be playing both ways tonight, has made an impact on both offense and defense. Defensively, Lannon has caused a lot of issues for other teams' offenses, no question about that. Lannon has 32 tackles on the year and 8 tackles for loss for this Providence football team. The Pioneers, very good, very disciplined, sound football team, and they will be a tough out for the Cougars tonight here at Sartini Field. If the Cougars are going to have a chance to stay in this, well, they're going to have to keep the penalties and the turnovers to a minimum. Going to have to force Providence into making a couple of big mistakes as well, because this Providence team generally does not beat themselves. They don't commit a whole lot of penalties. They had some turnover issues earlier in the season, which Coach McDonald said earlier in the interview that you'll hear from him, or that you'll hear just a few minutes, I should say. Coach McDonald said they've been cutting the turnovers down and certainly made a huge difference for this young Pioneer team. The Cougars coming off the win last week at home over Clarksville, 56-26. North Harrison jumped out to a 21-0 first quarter lead on the home field in Ramsey. Lead senior running back Bryce Fessel ran for 282 yards. He averaged 14 yards a carry last week to go with 5 rushing touchdowns. Senior quarterback Caden Hain ran for 110 yards, averaged 12.2 yards per carry with 3 touchdowns, and Hain was 2 of 3 passing for 39 yards. Completed 1 pass to Dawson Sen for 21 yards and 1 pass to Garrett Tucker for 18 yards. Hain has completed 58% of his passes on the year so far for the Cougars for 351 yards with 1 touchdown pass and 5 interceptions. Hain has also added 398 rushing yards, averaging 6.3 yards per carry, and a team-high 15 touchdowns. Bryce Fessel, once again, a 1,000-yard rusher on the year, 1,366 yards for Bryce on the campaign, 7.2 yards per carry with 13 touchdowns to his credit. Bryce makes it now 9 straight seasons the Cougars have had a 1,000-yard running back in this offense. Junior fullback Cooper Clooney has run for 238 yards and a touchdown this season. Dawson Sin has been the leading receiver, 158 receiving yards, averaging 19.8 yards per catch. Sophomore tight end Garrett Tucker has 101 receiving yards, averaging 12.6 yards per reception. Fessel is the leading tackler for this North Harrison defense, 72 tackles on the year with 1 interception. Clooney, 66 tackles, 40 solo on the year. Junior cornerback, who's now moved down actually to defensive end, Nicholas Kraft, 38 tackles, 26 solo for the Cougars. Will have to be on their game tonight on the road as everybody starts to look ahead to postseason play next Friday in the first round of sectional. Had the chance to talk to both head coaches before tonight's regular season finale. I talked with Providence head coach Daniel McDonald about the Pioneers' success, where the team has improved, and his thoughts on the Cougars. I talked with North Harrison head coach Gary Fessel about the Clarksville win, the sectional draw, and the scouting report on the Pioneers. You can hear the interviews starting after this commercial break. Here from Sartini Field at Murphy Stadium in Clarksville, this is the Davis Crush Stone pregame show. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crush Stone at 812-347-2707. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
We continue along with our Davis Crush Stone pregame show here on 96.9 WKLO, the final week of the regular season. And joining us now is Providence head coach Daniel McDonald as the Pioneers get ready to host North Harrison to wrap up regular season play. And we'll get to the matchup here in just a few moments. But Coach McDonald, of course, last year was a tremendous year for Providence football, winning the program's first ever football state title in Class A. So how meaningful was it for the team to win that historic state championship?
It meant a lot to our team, our coaching staff, especially to the Providence community. To kind of cement that team's legacy really meant a lot.
Well, a lot of veterans, of course, graduated from that team. So how well has this team gelled this season for you all?
We've had our learning curve. Dropped a tough one to Holy Cross, who, is a top 5 ranked team in Kentucky in 1A, really good football team. We turned the ball over 4 or 5 times that game, and that really bit us in the rear end. And then we dropped one to Charlestown, which, again, the story was turnovers. We turned the ball over, gave away a touchdown on a fumble, scoop, and score, and then had a blown coverage there at the end. So, we've made our fair share of mistakes as the season has gone on. We've had some bumps along the road, but I feel like we've gotten better each week.
Well, Coach, it looks like, looking at your roster, a fairly young team this year. So what's it been like coaching this team throughout the season and kind of helping them grow and mature as varsity players?
Yeah, we start a good number of sophomores. I mean, I know up front on the line, at any given point, we might be starting 3 or 4 sophomores just on the offensive line. And then on the defensive line, it's a rotation of 2, 3, 4 sophomores at a time, 2 starting sophomore linebackers. So we're a really young team. Like I said at the beginning of the season, we just need to make sure we're getting better every week, and we have done that. We've had some injuries to some key starters. Unfortunately, Zach Medlock is done for the season. He's a 6'4", 220-pound lineman who's athletic. That's a big hit for us. He long snaps only now, so that helps us out. But at this point, everybody's banged up. Everybody's a little bit injured, and everybody's fighting through some nagging injuries. So we just have to make sure that we keep getting better every week, and make a run through this sectional, hopefully.
Well, Coach, you do have some veterans on this roster, it appears, this season. So who do you look to as kind of your leaders, maybe captains on this team?
I've been really happy with Lincoln Kruger's leadership all season. He brings a lot of intensity in practice, and he's Mr. Reliable in games. He's physical, he's tough, and he plays hard. So I've been really happy with Lincoln. Our other captain's Pete Lannon. He missed a game because of injury, and we felt it. He's a presence on both sides of the football at defensive end and tight end. He's made some really good catches as a tight end. He blocks well. Defensive end, he's put a lot of what I like to call teach tape on film, where you can use clips of his to teach other defensive ends how to play football. So Pete's had a phenomenal season for us, and then Lucas Mock is a really strong leader for us on both the offensive and defensive sides of the ball, and on special teams. He's our punt returner, and he's very reliable back there for us. And then Noah Frosser playing pretty physical football at corner. And the same goes for Trevor Unruh, who's not an official captain, but provides some leadership for us as well. Plays a physical brand of football at corner and has caught a few more balls as of late on offense, and I think he's going to have a good postseason.
Yeah, no question. Sounds definitely a great motto to have there for sure. So as you look at your team last week, of course, you guys didn't actually take the field for a game. So how were you all able to utilize kind of the week off from not having game play?
We spent some time just healing up, trying to get some players to get over some smaller injuries. And we practiced a couple times last week. We gave them a few days off. And when we started kind of our playoff prep a little bit. So it was it's good to have that week off. Obviously, I'd rather play a game, but when you're a small school, a 1A school, and the only options are, 5 and 6A powerhouses, if those are even an option, it just wouldn't have made a lot of sense for us. So, the bye week came at a good time, and we were able to heal up, and hopefully we can come out and play well tomorrow.
Well, you guys certainly are in a tough sectional in Sectional 48 in Class A. You drew North Knox in the first round, but you also have two teams that are undefeated now. They'll play each other on Friday night, of course, Springs Valley and North Davie. So what did you think about the draw that you all got for your team having to travel in the first round?
That's been kind of the theme since I've been at Providence. We've had to make some road trips since I've been here. I know, North Knox by car is about 2.5 hours away, so you figure by bus you're looking at 2 hours, 45 minutes, 3 hours. It's you just kind of try to enjoy the experience, enjoy the road trips. And in years past, we've had to drive to North Davies, Eastern Green, Triton Central. So we're kind of accustomed to long road trips in our sectional.
Yeah, no question. Well, of course, you have North Harrison to close out the regular season at home, Coach. And looking at this Cougar team, it looks like a very similar team from what you've seen in the past from the Cougars. So what stands out to you about what you've seen from North Harrison getting ready this week?
Yeah, I think Coach Fessel's doing a really good job with the program. Obviously, the key for North Harrison is Bryce Fessel and that gigantic offensive line they have. I mean, they bullied some people. And if you watch, different games of theirs, they come out and drive one, they impose their will on people. They did it against Brownstown Central. Drove the ball right down the field on the Braves. And I tell you, I think Brownstown's going to win 2A. So North Harrison definitely, they have some talent. The offensive line is humongous. They're physical. It's going to be a tough game.
Well, and as far as you guys go with Providence, I know health has been a little bit of a concern here and there, but as far as your team goes heading into the last week of the regular season, everybody available, ready to go?
We're probably not going to play our starting center, Austin Chamley. He's dealing with some shoulder issues. We have a couple more guys dealing with some injuries. Key contributor on special teams, Wyatt Sellers, is out. So we'll have to replace him. But I mean, for the most part, we're pretty healthy.
Sounds good. Coach McDonald, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Pioneers have a good game at home with North Harrison.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, no problem, Coach. That's Providence head coach Daniel McDonald joining us here in our Davis Crushstone pregame show. Stay tuned. We've got Coach Fessel coming up next as you're listening to North Harrison Cougars football on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
We continue along with our Davis Crushstone pregame show here on 96.9 WKLO. It is the final week of the regular season, and North Harrison, the Cougars, on the road to take on Providence for this Week 9 matchup. Joining us now is head coach Gary Fessel of the Cougars as they get ready to wrap up their season in Clarksville. We'll get to the matchup here momentarily. Gary, last time we got a chance to watch you guys in person 2 weeks ago with the Silver Creek game, it was a tough night for the team in so many ways, penalties and turnovers, and it just seemed like nothing really clicked for you guys in that game against the Dragons.
Yeah, it was a rough night. We had a lot of come-to-heart talks after that game, getting some things fixed, and just, had to get our heads on right.
Well, of course, last week you had Clarksville at home for senior night and got off to a good start, got a good kick return to get you guys in good field position, and then Bryce got a handoff, took off 56 yards for a touchdown, and then you guys were able to force a 3-and-out, get an interception, and put on 2 more scores, so you couldn't have asked for a better start last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Last week, we had a good week of practice and came in ready to go, and that's been the mentality I've been trying to set at practice, and the kids are responding well to it. We got to come out ready to go and set the tempo right there.
Well, Clarksville came back in the second quarter, got on the board with a touchdown pass, and you guys were able to respond with Caden getting a touchdown run, and then they got another touchdown on another short pass this time, but then you guys were able to get it to the 1, and Bryce was able to punch it in from a yard out. So even though Clarksville did make a comeback, you guys were able to maintain the lead there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's with our defense. We'll keep on working, and mentality-wise, offensively, we've been playing pretty well besides the turnovers. I think we're continuing to get better week to week. As we see more and more stuff, and it gives us more teaching points in the film room.
Well, you mentioned the secondary. They certainly got tested last week against the spread offense that Clarksville has under Jason Hawkins. So you got a chance to kind of see some things that you have been working on in practice come out onto the field, and then also some things you can work on going into this week and even into the postseason too.
Yeah, absolutely. Last week I was starting to see more and more of what we've been working on come to fruition at the games, what we've been working on in practice. So I'm liking what I see as far as the carryover from practice to games and defensively. So we're getting there. Just got to keep on working and keep on plugging away.
Well, and also you mentioned being able to keep your foot on the gas pedal once it's there and making sure that you're finishing games strong, and it seems like the team was able to do that pretty well last week for the most part against the Generals.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm trying to instill in the guys and getting them to believe in that and make that happen.
Well, Gary, we've talked about it throughout the season with the offensive line, and of course, any offense, if you're going to have success, you got to have a good group up front that can get pushed. And I know you've had to rotate a couple of guys around, of course, but how do you think that group is gelling as you get here toward the end of the regular season?
They're looking better and better as we go. Taylor Receiver and Braylon Gorez and Aiden Dennis and Brody Combs. They've come a long way. Garrett Tucker stepped in. He's doing a great job, and then Rylan Shank's doing a great job stepping in. And the more reps they get, the better they're getting. So I'm liking how they're playing up front, and they're understanding the scheme and the concepts a lot better now, and playing without thinking as much. So they're getting there.
Well, of course, on Sunday, you guys found out what your postseason path looks like in Sectional 31, and once again, it's Corydon Central in the first round, but this time you guys get them at home, and it'll be a rematch of the first round, and then in the same bracket, Edgewood plays Scottsburg. So all in all, I mean, considering how tough this sectional is, I thought you guys did okay with the draw overall.
Yeah, absolutely. It's still gotta come out and play, and keep on doing what we do. We'll see what happens. Corydon, it's always it's a rivalry game, so you never know what's going to happen then. But keep on working on the guys and getting them better.
Well, I know some of the guys that were on the team last year, of course, they graduated and moved on. But, Gary, you do have some guys who have been there and done that in the postseason before.
Absolutely. We got some experience there, and they know what it takes. They've been my leaders here in the last couple of weeks, stepping up even more. So I'm liking how the captains are doing, and the guys that have been there in that dogfight before. So they're stepping up and making sure we're doing our jobs in practice and getting the jobs done.
Well, this week, of course, you turn your attention to a very good Providence team ranked in a couple of polls in the top 5 in Class A. And so in scouting this Pioneer team coming up, Gary, what stands out to you about what this team does?
Yeah, they have great skill players. They're great at what they do. Offensively, defensively, they get after it all across the board. Offensively, like I said, their skill players they're great. They do their job well. They are well trained machine.
Well, as far as the Cougars go coming into this week, everybody available, ready to go for this last week of the regular season?
Everybody's good.
All right, sounds good. Gary, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Cougars, have a good game on the road at Providence.
All right, thanks, David.
All right, Gary Vessel joining us here in our Davis Crushstone pregame show. Stay tuned. The starting lineup is coming up after the break. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Prosser Hall of Fame celebrates alumni who turn their career into a lifelong legacy. Being a Prosser graduate isn't about an achievement, it's a way of life. Here's alumni Bob Cutter.
As I grew up in construction and just felt right at home in the construction trades at Prosser, it gave me another additional sense of confidence. I think in the company now we've got over 32 employees that have some sort of Prosser vocation. Prosser actually gave me the confidence and the ability to realize that I was really good at something.
Prosser Alumni Association is always looking for business partners to help graduates transition to employment. Visit prosseralumni.org.
Let's meet at least some of tonight's starting lineup for this matchup here at Providence, and we will start with the Pioneers defensively. At defensive end, Eli Graff, 6'4", 190 and a junior. The other defensive end, Pete Lannon, 6'1", 205 and a senior. Defensive tackle, Blake Straub, 6 foot, 205 and a senior. The nose tackle, Jake Glotzbach, 6'1", 210 and a sophomore in this 4-3 base defense. The strong side linebacker, Lincoln Kruer, 5'9", 180 and a senior. Jorge Reyes Nino, the middle linebacker, 5'9", 210 and a sophomore. The weak side linebacker, Kalen Sipes, 5'10", 180 and a junior. Cornerbacks, Trevor Unruh, 5'8", 165 and a senior. Noah Frossard, the other corner, 5'10", 185 and a senior. The strong safety, Gabriel Bermudez at 6'2", 185 and a junior. And Lucas Mock, the free safety at 5'10", 175 and a senior. For North Harrison up front, left tackle, Taylor receiver, 6'5", 305 and a senior. Brody Combs at left guard, 5'11", 220 and a sophomore. The center is Aiden Dennison, 5'10", 270 and a senior. The right guard, Braylon Goris at 5'10", 240 and a senior. The right tackle, Rylan Shank, 6'2", 200 pounds and a senior. The starting tight end is Garrett Tucker for the Cougars, 6'2", 210 and a sophomore. The Z receiver, Dawson Sen, 6 foot, 175 and a senior. The king back, Colin Denton, 6'3", 210 and a senior. The starting fullback, Cooper Clooney, 5'8", 160 and a junior. And the starting tailback is Bryce Fessel at 5'11", 175 and a senior. The starting quarterback for the Cougars is Caden Hain at 6 foot, 185 and a senior. And now we're going to take a break here for the national anthem. We'll come back and continue with the starters after this as our Davis Crushstone pregame show begins to wrap up. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality Chris Stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Chris Stone in DePaul. At Davis Chris Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Chris Stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Chris Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
At First Harrison, the banking butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. First Harrison is here to make it easy for local business owners with real estate loans, construction loans, SBA loans, lines of credit, treasury management, and merchant services. You will get competitive rates and fast local decisions. The banking butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, I'm Dr. Travis Hare, Chancellor at Ivy Tech Community College in Sellersburg. Over 40% of today's workforce is learning new skills or advancing their careers to keep up with the changing job market. At Ivy Tech, we offer flexible 8-week sessions and over 70 programs tailored to Indiana's growing industries, helping you stay ahead. With 55% of students receiving financial aid, Ivy Tech makes education affordable and accessible. Don't wait. Visit ivytech.edu/Sellersburg and let's start crafting your perfect plan. Remember, you belong here.
National anthem playing here at Providence High School tonight in Clarksville. North Harrison visiting Providence. Let's go over the Cougars defense tonight. Defensive ends will be Nicholas Kraft and Colin Denton. Kraft is 6'2", 170 and a junior. The nose tackle, Braylon Goris. The defensive tackle, Taylor Receiver. The Sam linebacker will be Cooper Clooney. The Will linebacker, Dawson Sen. And the Mike linebacker in the middle, Bryce Fessel, the leading tackler on this team. The cornerbacks, Jaden Whitlock, 5'11", 140 and a senior. Camden Tensher, 5'10", 170 and a freshman. The strong safety, Logan Denton, 5'11", 150 and a sophomore. And the free safety, Caden Hain, at 6 foot 185 and a senior. For the Providence offense, their spread power run offense at left tackle, Preston Carr, 6'2", 195 and a sophomore. The left guard is Jorge Reyes Nino. It is Henry Nguyen is the center. He's 5'11", 215 and a sophomore. Blake Straub is the right guard. The right tackle, Noah Mott, 6'1", 210 and a sophomore. The starting tight end is Pete Lannon, 6'1", 205 and a senior. The starting receivers are Jacob Evans at 6'3", 180 and a senior, and Gabriel Bermudez. The running back will be Noah Frossard. The starting tailback is Kalen Sipes, the team's leading rusher, and Nico Fondrisi at quarterback, 6 foot 165, and a sophomore for the Pioneers. Providence tonight in the home Navy jerseys. They've got the white letters and numbers trimmed in the muted old gold kind of color there, the old gold and white stripes on the side of the shoulders. They got the old gold around the collar, the cross on the back of the jersey above the number. They also have the white pants as well as the white helmet with the single blue stripe down the middle, the navy blue stripe with the italicized Block Providence P on both sides of the helmet. For the North Harrison Cougars, they are in the home white uniforms. They've got the blue letters and numbers, the blue stripes over the shoulder on both sides. They also have the numbers on the sides of the shoulders as well, the white pants with the double blue stripes on both sides, white helmet, single blue stripe down the middle with the jersey number in blue on both sides. Providence tonight coming in ranked at number 4 in the coaches poll number 5 in the coaches poll in Class A, number 4 in the USA Today Class A poll. The Pioneers are 5-2 on the season. Their head coach, Daniel McDonald, is in his 6th season as the Providence head coach. Their record with Coach McDonald is 49-16. They are the Class A state champions from a year ago. For North Harrison, 2002 graduate Gary Fessel is the head coach as he is in his first season. The Cougars come in tonight with a 3-5 record. We'll pause real quick for station identification as our Davis Crushstone pregame show wraps up here on 90 here with North Harrison football.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Kickoff taken back at the 1-yard line, and it is a big return coming here for the Cougars all the way up to the 22. A long return there as Landon Banks made the return there for North Harrison. Cougars will get decent starting field. We are kind of sitting around the 40, 45-yard line. on the left-hand side of the field. That is our vantage point here from the press box. We're not really all that far away from the playing surface down there. The ball will be spotted at the 23-yard line in North Harrison territory. The Cougars will be going from right to left or from east to west to start this game off. Providence will go west to east or from left to right here in this first quarter of play. Cougars will go under center. Caden Hain takes the snap, hands it off to Bryce Fessel. He powers his way toward the middle of the field as the ball started on the near hash mark. Bryce pops his way forward to about the 28-yard line. This will be a solid carry here. It looks like it'll be a 5-yard run for Fessel. And the carry gives the Cougars a 2nd down and 5 coming up. Fessel, 1,366 rushing yards, has had a storied career, was a big part of the sectional championship team last year in Class 3A Sectional 31. Cougars go to the I formation. They got one receiver, Dawson Sen, split out to the far side or to the right. Fessel runs toward the middle again and fights for every inch he can get there. The Pioneers had a multitude of guys in on the tackle there. Jorge Reyes Nino was the leader of that pack. This will be a 3-yard carry, 3rd down and 2 coming up here for this North Harrison offense. Pretty good start here for the Cougars on the first 2 plays, trying to establish that power run game as the Pioneers will line up their 4-3 defense. Under center will go Hain. I formation again. Clooney, the fullback. Hain trying to fight forward for yardage. He's got the first down. He continues to bulldoze his way across the 35. He'll get to about the 37-yard line. Hain going to have a great carry here on this one. This will be a 6-yard run for Caden, and that is the first time the Cougars have a first down. Hain, of course, is second on the team in rushing yardage this season.
That was a great power run. He just kept going and burrowed right through those guys, kept coming.
What do we say about Caden? He's one of the strongest guys out there.
He is strong.
Especially for being a quarterback. Can't wait to see him during the basketball season when that comes around, too.
That's going to be fun.
Under center, Hain takes the snap, hands it to Bryce Fessel. He ran right into the tackler on the far side, and that tackler being one of the linebackers there for Providence in there, and I believe that was Nathan Weber, 6 foot 170 and a sophomore. He's the one who got there initially. 2-yard carry up to the 39-yard line, 2nd down and 8 coming up here for this Cougar offense. Offensive line doing a pretty decent job so far. Providence, not a very big team up front, but they sure have some length and they have some quickness too.
Get on the ball pretty quick, it seems like.
Hain gets the snap, hands it off to the up back, Cooper Clooney. He'll dive across the 40 and get up to about the 43-yard line. Couple of Pioneers there on the tackle. Lincoln Crewer was among the crew that got to him. Crewer is 5'9", 180, and a senior. This will be a run for 5 yards on the carry. 3rd down and 4 coming up. Actually, 4-yard carry for Clooney. So Cooper will get 4. Makes it 3rd down and 4 coming up at the 43 of the Cougars. They got to get at least to the 47 for a first down. Staying with the eye. Here's the snap. Hand off to Bryce Fessel. He's able to lean forward. He's got the first down as he's able to get to the 48-yard line. Nicely done there by the North Harrison front, giving him just enough space to get through against this Providence defense. Trevor Unruh was in the vicinity with the tackle along with Jorge Reyes Nino. This will be a 5-yard carry on 3rd and 4. First down again coming up for North Harrison. Second time they converted a first down, just like the Cougars that we've seen when we've seen them play at their best. They're doing a good job chopping wood right now. Under center goes Hain. He'll take it straight up the middle into Providence territory across the 50, gets up around the 45-yard line. There are a host of Pioneer tacklers in the area this time. Crewer comes out of the pile, as does Peyton Dunn, 6'1", 190, and a sophomore. That run will be a 7-yard carry to the 45, and that'll be a 2nd and 3 coming up. Best run so far of the drive for the Cougars.
Ain't just like a bulldozer tonight. Just pardon them as it goes up the field.
I give North Harrison's offensive line credit. They're off to a good start here on the road tonight because this is not an easy team to run on. Here's the snap again to Hain. Handoff, I formation to Fessel. Leans forward, gets across the 40. Nice tackle made there in the open field. That's Will Crisp 6'3", 260, and a junior making the stop. It's a 6-yard carry to the 39 of the Pioneers. First down again as the Cougars get a whole new set of downs. Vessel with that carry. That'll be the third first down, 8th play of the drive there. And they are marching into Providence territory. 7.5 minutes to go here in the opening stanza. And the Cougars and the Pioneers tied at 0 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. First possession for either team. Back to the I formation. Handoff to Clooney again up the middle. This time he gets hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage. He was bound and determined he wasn't going to go down. Got wrapped up quickly. I think Pete Lannon was the one who wrapped him up that time. And that tackle made after a 3-yard gain. And, man, Cooper earned every last foot of that run to make it 2nd and 7. That was an impressive carry considering he got the best defensive player on this Providence team to wrap him up there. Or one of the best defensive players for sure with Lannon. Well, the Pioneers jump, and that is going to be a penalty on the Pioneers for encroachment as the ball rests at the 36-yard line. They'll move it up to the 31, so instead of 2nd down and 7, all of a sudden, 2nd down and 2, and not to rain on Providence's parade here as they're celebrating their homecoming tonight, but it's kind of refreshing to see another team commit a penalty before the Cougars.
Especially Providence, they don't have very many penalties ever.
They're a team that does not have a lot of self-inflicted wounds. The Cougars have got to be able to take advantage of those opportunities should they arise tonight. It's a young team in Providence. They've gotten better as the year's gone along. They're 5-2. Their 2 losses came to Holy Cross out of Louisville, Kentucky back in week 2, and then they also took a loss on the road to Charlestown in week 5. Here's the snap to the quarterback, Hain, gives it to Fessel, tries to run wide side out to his right, and there's not a lot of room there. A couple of Pioneers able to get there for the tackle, and among those was Jake Glotzback, the nose tackle. It's only a 1-yard carry, 3rd down and 1 coming up here for Bryce Fessel and the Cougars offense as they get ready for their 11th play of the drive, and I believe this is the second time they faced 3rd down on this drive. The PA announcer next to the room next to us, he's got energy.
He's having a good time.
Here's the snap, I formation. Here's Fessel. Bryce finding a hole, getting through it. He should have the first down. Ball came out, but the whistle was already blowing. The play dead, and 2 linebackers get there. Nathan Weber, 6 foot 170, and a sophomore, along with Jorge Reyes Nino. They make the tackle, but Bryce picks up 3 yards on the carry thanks to forward progress, and that'll be yet another first down for this North Harrison offense. Cougars have 4 first downs, 5.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Coach McDonald and the Pioneers want a timeout. 5:28 and the clock stops here in the first quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. We have no score yet as you're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corden. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corden, where community and flavor come together.
Providence had to call timeout. Their defense getting pushed around a little bit on this opening drive, using the early timeout with 5:28 to go in the first quarter. No score yet on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The Cougars have a 1st and 10 ball in the middle of the turf here at Providence as the Cougars have a first down. The end zones are navy. They've got Providence in both ends in white. And then on the field in the middle, we got the Pioneer head with the coonskin cap there in the middle of the field, blue and the muted old gold. And then Pioneer watermark, kind of a light green that goes across the middle of the field that sprawls across. Hain on the quarterback sneak right up the middle. Powers his way across the 20-yard line.
Just now got him down.
He almost got a first down on that carry. A whole mess of Pioneer defenders there in the area. And take your pick on who gets the tackle there, I suppose, because there were a whole bunch of guys there. Eli Graff is the one who came out of the bottom of the pile, 6'4", 190, and a junior. 9 yards on the carry for Hain, 2nd and 9 coming up from the 19 of Providence. longest run of the drive so far for North Harrison. This will be the 13th play of the drive. The Cougars have had the ball for the first 7 minutes plus so far. Dawson Sen will be the receiver split out to the far side or to the right. The King package in the backfield this time. Fessel gets the handoff. Bryce able to push forward, gets a good surge up front, gets near the 15-yard line where he's finally wrestled down. And that'll be a first down for the Cougars. Lincoln Crewer was in on the stop. That'll be a 4-yard carry. Also in on the stop as well was Peyton Dunn, the sophomore. So that'll be a 4-yard carry for Fessel. First down again as a new set of downs comes for the Cougars. North Harrison parked at the 15-yard line in the red zone of Providence right now. 4 minutes, 15 seconds, clock rolling, play clock down to 8 here in this opening quarter. Under center goes Hain again, takes the snap, hands it to Cooper Clooney this time. Cooper tries to run right, and that's really the first time the Pioneers have been able to get to a back. Clooney able to run for 1 yard. Fortunate that he got that much on the play. And that'll bring up second down and 9 coming up here. And the tackle there made Noah Mott, the sophomore at 6'1", 210.
They were waiting on that play. He no more than touched the ball. They nailed him.
Cooper just unfortunate that he was the one who had to carry it that time.
Yeah.
Price has been running that for at least 2 or 3 yards every time. Under center again, I formation for the Cougars, and the handoff to Fessel. This time the Pioneers fill the holes much better. Multiple guys in on the stop yet again for the Pioneers, and once again Dunn in on the stop along with Nathan Weber. This will be, though, a 3-yard gain. Third down and 6 coming up here for this North Harrison offense at the Providence 11-yard line. Good crowd out tonight. The visitors' bleachers very wide here at Providence. There's actually a pretty good North Harrison crowd on the other side here.
Filled in quite a bit in the last few minutes.
And with less than 3 minutes to go in the quarter, Hain getting a signal from the sideline, and the Cougars may just be trying to see what they can get Providence to do. Hain takes the snap, though, goes to Fessel, runs up the middle, spins off one tackle, falls inside the 5-yard line, goes down at the 4-yard line this time, and that will be enough for the first down. It will be a 7-yard carry for Fessel, his longest of the drive, and that 16th play of the drive sets up the Cougars first and goal at the Providence 4. Ball is closer to the near hash mark.
That little spin gained him about 4.5, 5 yards there at the end.
A couple of Providence defenders able to get there for the stop. Reyes Nino will say was one of the tacklers there as they go to the I formation again with Fessel. Here's Hain, though, with the carry right up the middle. Quarterback sneak. He's going to be close. I think they denied him the end zone there. And the Providence defense, Lincoln Crewer and Nathan Weber, making the stop on the play right there at the 1-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard burrow there for Caden Hain. And it'll be second and goal at the 1-yard line as we are down to the final 2 minutes of this first quarter. The Cougars have had the ball now for over 10 minutes of game time so far. One way to beat a good offense like Providence, keep the football away from them.
Don't let them play offense. Keep the ball.
Zen will be the receiver split out to the right, out to the far side. They'll go to the King package in the backfield. Hain will be under center. The single back is Bryce Fessel. Gets the handoff, runs it in, over the defenders. Touchdown, North Harrison. Between the V and the I of Providence, Bryce Fessel with a 1-yard gallop into the end zone. And the Cougars are on the board for the first time tonight. With the horn going off across the field from us here at Murphy Stadium, Gene Sartini Field. And the North Harrison offense, it appears, is going to stay on the field. Looks like they're going to try to go for a 2-point conversion. 18 plays, 77 yards on this initial drive for North Harrison, and a drive that took, 10 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock.
Wow.
Resulting in the 14th rushing touchdown for Bryce Fessel this season.
Classic North Harrison football. Chop the wood.
Under center again, Hain takes the snap. Does not hand it to Fessel. This time throws it for the 2-point conversion to Cooper Clooney.
Nice
the second
play.
time he's converted it for 2 points this year. Man, they've been working on that in practice all year.
That looked really nice.
Cougars get the 2-point conversion and have the early lead. 1:35 to go first quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It is North Harrison 8, Providence 0. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Bryce Fessel capping off an 18-play, 77-yard drive that ate up 10 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock, and the Cougars get on the board with the two-point conversion pass from Caden Hain to Cooper Clooney. After the Fessel touchdown, the Cougars have the early 8-0 lead here on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here from Gene Sartini Field inside Murphy Stadium. Along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Head coach Daniel McDonald and the Pioneers, something that hasn't happened much to them in recent weeks. They're playing from behind, and the Cougars doing a good job on that first drive, just methodically marching down the field and shortening the game, which is what we've seen from them for 11 years now.
Yeah, that's just classic North Harrison football at its best so far.
Dawson Sen on to kick it off for the Cougars. This will be a kick that kind of twirls into the hands of the Providence receiver. That's Mason Wendt. He's breaking tackles. He's into Cougar territory on the far side of the field. Gets down to the 42-yard line. Wendt, 5'8", 145, and a junior. He'll give Providence spectacular field position as the Cougars were finally able to bring him down. But Providence will start at the Cougar 42-yard line. First down and 10 from there. Providence will line up on the far hash mark. They will go to two receivers, or one receiver to the near side and Jacob Evans, one receiver out to the far side and Noah Leeser. Tight end there with Frossert. Here's the snap, handoff, and a wide off-tackle run coming, and it is a flag coming for Providence. Evans, I think, is going to get called for the hold as Kalen Sipes, was able to get the carry, got up to about the 25 or 26 of North Harrison, but I think it's going to come back because of the block on Evans. That hold is going to bring the Pioneers back, their second penalty of the night, and Providence will have to reset here after a great run, but I saw Evans knock the defender to the turf, and then the flag came out, and I thought, well, that can't be a coincidence there, and Providence going to be losing some yardage here on this penalty. They'll get spotted back at the 47-yard line. It's a spot foul from the 37. So 10-yard penalty, but it will be first down and 15 coming up here for the Pioneers. Two penalties, 15 yards on the night. One back on each side of the quarterback, and he makes the pass out there. The quarterback, of course, is Nico Fondrisi, the sophomore. Throws it to Noah Leeser, who makes the catch there, gets it up to the 39-yard line. Jaden Whitlock in on the tackle for the Cougars. That pass goes for 8 yards. Second down and 7 coming up here for Providence. Three receivers to the near side, one to the far. Fondrisi in the shotgun, takes the snap, throws the pass out here to the near side. It's caught, and it will be a first down gain here for Providence. It'll be Trevor Unruh who makes the catch here. Unruh will get the ball up to the 31-yard line. That will be an 8-yard reception, and that will bring up a first down coming up here for the Providence offense as Unruh is able to secure the catch.
Quarterback is very accurate. He's got a good arm on him, and he's right on the money.
Only a sophomore, Nico Fondrisi.
He's got some talent.
Here's the snap, handoff to Sipes. He runs it to the middle, then goes to his left and still trying to find some room as he gets up to the 25-yard line. Cooper Clooney was the one who got to him there in the middle of the field. That'll be a 6-yard carry for Kalen Sipes, and that will bring up 2nd and 4 coming up here for this Providence offense. Providence, a team that can score points without question. They average 43 points a game on offense this year. They'll have two receivers split out to the near side. Out wide is Leeser Evans is in the slot. One in motion, Lucas Mock. Here's the snap. Fake on the pass. Handoff to Lincoln Crewer. Breaks tackles in the middle of the field. Still going. Gets down inside the 10. Finally goes down inside the 5-yard line. And it was Camden Tencher who made the tackle for the Cougars. The freshman at 5'10", 170. And Providence gets it down to the 3-yard line after that. So it'll be a 22-yard run for Lincoln Crewer on that play. And the first quarter comes to an end with that play. Providence will have first and goal at the 3 coming up to start the second quarter. North Harrison out to the lead at the end of 1 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, 8-0, North Harrison over Providence. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
You've been thinking about it, that bathroom upgrade you've always wanted. Well, what are you waiting for? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint Home, they offer cost-effective acrylic baths and showers, less invasive to install, easy to clean, and built to last. Need an ADA remodel or aging-in-place design? Jason and Carla are your local experts right here in historic downtown Gordon. Stop by their South Capitol Avenue location today or give them a call. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint Home, your local source for every project. Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Gordon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Gordon, where community and flavor come together.
Providence will have the ball on the far hash mark as they switch it over from right to left or from east to west here in the second quarter. Here's the snap, the handoff to Sipes up the middle. He's not going to go very far if he goes anywhere at all. In fact, I don't think he gained any yardage on that play. Had a couple of North Harrison tacklers get there for the stop. Nicholas Kraft was one of those guys who got in there, as well as Colin Denton as well. Colin, defensive end at 6'3", 210, and a senior. In fact, it'll be a loss of a yard, actually, for Sipes. So it'll be second and goal at the 4-yard line this time. There'll be two backs. Crewer on the right of Fondrisi to the far side, near side Sipes. Sipes gets the handoff again off the shotgun snap, runs it to the 2-yard line, and that's about as far as Sipes is going to get this time. Cooper Clooney was in on the tackle. And Bryce Fessel also there as well. That'll be a 1-yard gain for Sipes, and that'll make it a third and goal. So he lost the yard gained the yard back that he lost on the prior play.
Yep.
Here is Evans split out to the far side or to the right. To the near side, Noah Leeser, split backfield around Fondrisi, takes the snap, throws the slant, and it is incomplete. And I think Caden Hain was the one who got a hand on it, intended for Jacob Evans. Noah Leeser, and Leeser's listed at 6'6". Now, that last name, I'd suspect he's related to the athletic director, Ted Leeser, in some way. I would guess that's probably his son down there.
Good chance.
And we saw Ted before the game, the athletic director here at Providence. He's a pretty tall guy himself, so I would not doubt that. The ball will be marked on the far hash mark, fourth and goal from the 3-yard line. One receiver split out to the far side, Hudson Lannon. Two to the near side. Actually, Providence going to flip things around. They're going to have a trips or 3 receivers to the near side or out to the left, one to the far side, and Jacob Evans. Fondrisi in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks for Evans on the slant, and I think he dropped it at the very end, or did he? He dropped it, incomplete, so it'll be a turnover on downs. The Cougars make a huge stand on that incompletion. I thought Evans had it, and then all of a sudden the ball kind of got away from him. I think he took his eye off it for a split second.
It was right there in his hands, it looked like, and somehow he didn't get it. So that ball was on the mark, though.
7 plays, 39 yards. That drive goes from the end of the first into the second. 2 minutes, 47 seconds is the span of that drive, but the Cougars are back in the shadow of their own goal line. First down and 10 from their own 3-yard line with 10:48 to go here in this second quarter. So the Cougars are going to have to get some breathing room here to start, and they'll try to do that, and I think, was that the quarterback run again?
It looked like it.
Yeah, that's Caden Hain. He gets up to the 10. Well, you need breathing room. That's a pretty good start right there. Reyes Nino and Lucas Mock able to get there for the stop there for Providence. It'll be a 7-yard run, and it'll make it 2nd down and 3 coming up here for this North Harrison offense as Hain makes some hay on that quarterback keeper again. Providence down 8-0 to North Harrison here in the second quarter. 10-13, clock ticking. Under center goes Hain. Takes the snap, hands it off to Bryce Fessel, tries to run wide side again, tries to lean forward. Bryce is going to be close to the first down. Lucas Mock or Lincoln Crewer, I think Mock was the one who got to him on the tackle that time. And they're going to say that he got the yardage. He needed 3. He got 3. 1st down and 10 coming up here for the North Harrison offense. Providence had a really good drive going on that initial offering, and it looked like they were just going to march into the end zone, but the Cougars played bend but don't break, and, well, they did not break there on those 4 plays from the 3.
They did a great job of stopping that because Providence looked really good.
Here's the snap, handoff, and I think Clooney is going to get the carry this time. Not a lot of room for Cooper to run. He was put into a telephone booth there as Jorge Reyes Nino was able to get there for the stop. 2-yard carry on the play, and that'll bring up now 2nd down and 8 coming up here. Clooney having a hard time finding some yardage there. Got to think, though, if Cooper can get a hole, if they can give Cooper a hole to run through, he could take off.
Yeah, with his quickness, he could move on down the field.
I formation behind Hain under center again. Takes the snap, hands it to Bryce Fessel, tries to find room to the outside, does get there, and then gets slung to the ground out there near the North Harrison sideline on the far side of the field. He'll get to the 18-yard line. That'll be a 3-yard carry. 3rd down and call it a long 5 coming up here for the North Harrison offense. Providence had a couple of guys able to get there. All resting at the 18-yard line. 3rd down and 5 coming up here. I formation again. Hain looking toward the sideline. Cougars again, they're going from west to east or from left to right here in this second quarter. 3 on the play clock. Hain, I think, is going to run the clock, and they're going to call timeout, trying to see if they could draw Providence offside. 8:13 remaining here in the second quarter. North Harrison maintaining the 8-0 lead on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
North Harrison 8, Providence 0 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Here at the second quarter, here at Gene Sartini Field, here inside Murphy Stadium on the campus of Providence High School here in the town of Clarksville. North Harrison was able to convert 3 third downs on the first drive. They face one here. They'll have trips empty, 3 receivers to the near side, and it will be Hain who will try to keep it up the middle, but this time the Pioneers were onto it, and they had a whole bunch of guys get in on the stop there, including Eli Graff, as well as Noah Mott. They were the 2 guys who seemed to lead the charge that time. Be a 2-yard carry, 3rd down and 3 coming up here for Hain and the Cougars. Or actually, wouldn't that be 4th down? It would be 4th down and 3 coming up here. Well, Cougars going to go for it, I guess. Well, I don't know. Looks like they got Fessel in the backfield. Take a gamble here. Hain is going to run off to the side. Dawson Sen is there. Well, they're going to be a flag thrown here. The Cougars were going to try to quick kick it. Bryce Fessel was going to be the one to do it, but it'll be a false start on the Cougars. So their first penalty of the night, instead of 4th down and 3, it'll be 4th and 8. Now the Cougars will bring their actual special teams onto the field. tried to do the quick kick on Providence there with Bryce Fessel serving as the punter there. Now Dawson Sen will come on to punt. Ball back at the 15-yard line in Cougar territory. Lucas Mock is up to the 43-yard line for Providence in Cougar territory. 7:24 remaining in the first quarter. Cougars up 8-0 on Providence. Here is the snap. It bounces to Dawson, and he'll run up. He'll try to punt it, but the ball gets tipped. It will take a North Harrison roll, but Providence, again, going to get great field position. In fact, it'll be the same starting field position they had the last time at the North Harrison 42. Somehow that punt made a Tootsie Roll ride all the way down to the 42-yard line, 27 yards on the punt. And Providence, again, same starting field position with 7:11 to go here in the second quarter.
I don't know how it got that far. He didn't get that much on it.
Now, you could think turf. I think that might have helped a little bit there. Excellent field position again for Providence. They went 39 yards last time. That North Harrison drive took 3 minutes and 37 seconds. In the shotgun, Fondrisi takes the snap, hands it off, and Kalen Sipes has some room to the near side. He runs it up the numbers, gets inside the 25, down to the 27. Cooper Clooney got there for the stop, 15 yards on the run, and that will bring up a Providence first down on that first play from scrimmage. Pioneers determined to get to the end zone. Here's the snap again to Sipes, again running to the near side, to his left, gets inside the 20, and all the way down to the 13-yard line. Logan Denton, the one who makes the tackle. This time it will be a 14-yard run, and Providence is just going full speed ahead. They're already lined up. Fondrisi in the shotgun. He's got Sipes to his right, or to the far side. Sipes again running back to the left. He's got room again, gets inside the 5, and Denton again knocks him out of bounds. Right back down to the 3-yard line this time. And that should be right at the first down marker, I would think. They should have gotten 10 yards on that carry. Well, the
PA said 9.5.
Based on where the ball is, I think they ought to at least try to measure this here. I know Providence has been going at warp speed on this drive, but I think you have to at least take a look at it, because the ball is kind of resting. It looks like it's at the 3, but it's kind of we kind of have an odd angle of the field when the ball is on either side toward the end zone. They're going to say first down. They're going to give him 10 yards on that carry. So Sipes will get the 10 yards, and it will be first and goal from the 3. Same position Providence was in last time. Fondrisi in the shotgun. He's got Sipes to his left this time. Sipes gets the handoff, runs it to the middle, gets stood up at the 1-yard line, and he will be denied a trip to the end zone again. Braylon Gorez and Dawson Sen get there to make the stop. This will be a 2-yard run for Sipes, who has had every play here for Providence on this drive. Second and goal now coming up from the 1. This is now the closest the Pioneers have been to the end zone so far. 6:26 left here in the first quarter. One receiver out to the far side or to the right, one to the near side. Got Lincoln Kruer as the back this time. He gets the handoff, runs it into the middle. He'll get across the goal line, and it'll be a touchdown for the Providence offense. Lincoln Kruer gets in from 1 yard out. And a 5-play drive that goes 42 yards. This time, Providence finishes it off with the touchdown for Lincoln Kruer. And they will go for the 2-point conversion to try to even this game up now. 5 plays, 42 yards. That drive took 55 seconds to complete.
Wow.
Kruer to the end zone. They'll go to the spread again. 3 receivers out to the far side or to the right, one to the near in Lannon. Here's the snap back to Fondrisi, rolls out, gets it to Sipes. I think he was able to catch it, even though he bobbled it at first. And that 2-point conversion is successful for Providence. Providence and North Harrison now knotted up at 8 apiece with 6:16 to go here in the second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
You've been dreaming of that perfect outdoor space, a place to relax, entertain, and enjoy the seasons. Isn't it time to make it happen? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, they create stunning decks, patios, covered porches, and pergolas designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Jason and Carla bring professional, personalized service to homes across Southern Indiana with results you'll love for years to come. Stop by their location on South Capitol Avenue or give them a call today. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, your local source for every project.
Come to see our mom and dad.
Providence gets on the board for the first time tonight. The Pioneers take advantage of the short field this time with 6:16 to go here in the second quarter. They go 5 plays, 42 yards in 55 seconds as Lincoln Crewer was able to get into the end zone from 1 yard out for the Providence touchdown. Crewer, one of the captains on this Providence football team, and Coach McDonald said he brings the intensity every day in practice. Certainly has been a strong leader for this Providence team. He gets rewarded with the touchdown burst there. And Providence has evened things up with North Harrison at 8 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Pioneers, by the way, lead the all-time series 5-2. They've won the last 2 meetings over North Harrison. They're 2-1 all-time against the Cougars at home. As the kickoff goes deep, Landon Banks drops it. Dawson Sen picks it up, and he'll run it to the near side, gets up to about the 18-yard line, and that's where he's slung to the ground. And it'll be Liam Parker, I believe, who makes the tackle there for Providence. Nathan Weber also there, 6 foot 170 and a sophomore. And you've got Parker at 5'9", 150 and a freshman. So it'll be 19-yard line where North Harrison will start this next drive, and that'll bring up a first down and 10, 81 yards away from the end zone here for the Cougar offense. This is not the worst starting field position they've had. Started back at the 3 on the previous drive. They'll send 3 receivers out to the far side or to the left. Again, Cougars going from left to right or from west to east here at Gene Sartini Field. Under center will go Hain. He'll drop back. He'll look to throw, fakes, and then Pete Lannon gets back there and knocks him to the turf. Pete Lannon.
That was a big sack.
Blew that play up.
He nailed him.
Aiden just needed to throw that away if he didn't have anything. It'll be a loss of 10 on the play. It'll be a run play for Caden officially, so that'll bring up now 2nd down and 20 for the Cougars as Pete Lannon, 8 tackles for loss on the season coming in, and that's in 6 of the 7 games that Providence has played this year. So the football now back at the 9-yard line of the Cougars. They've got to get to the 29 at least for a first down. Here's the snap, the handoff, and there's not a lot of room to run for Bryce Fessel this time. Lincoln Crewer got there for the Pioneers, also assisting Noah Mott. So 1-yard run there for Bryce, and all of a sudden facing a 3rd down and 9, or 19 that is, coming up here.
Providence has come alive, that's for sure. They're playing really well right now.
They didn't play last week. They actually got a week off, and they've been able to get a week off because they haven't been able to fill the schedule all the way here the past couple of years. Coming down to 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, I think the Cougars are about to call timeout, and that's exactly what Gary Fessel does. So with 4:59 to go here in the second quarter, Providence and North Harrison knotted at 8 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corden. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corden, where community and flavor come together.
3rd down and 19 for North Harrison. The football is closer to the near hash mark in the middle of the field. And the Cougars have got to get at least to the 29-yard line to convert a first down here. Back deep in their own territory again. After the sack that started the drive, Bryce Fessel only getting a yard, and the Cougars will go back to their more compact look here. They'll have a bunch formation to the near side. They'll split Hain out to the far side. Direct snap coming to Fessel. It goes over his head. He picks it up, tries to run with it, throws it down the field. Dawson Senn caught it and got hit at the 26, and a flag comes down against Providence.
Oh, my.
Lucas Mock hit Dawson Senn, first of all, for Bryce to be able to get that high snap and get rid of it. Completing the pass to Senn was amazing, but they're going to say Mock might have hit him helmet to helmet there. And I don't know that I agree with this flag, actually. It was just a really hard hit there for Lucas Mock. The officials are talking it over. I think picking up the flag here might be the right decision, but we'll see what the decision ends up being here. False start on North Harrison, and then a personal foul on Providence. So the fouls will offset, so the play basically... So we had 2 penalties on the play. Well, the officials are still talking down there. Gary Fessel, I think, talking to the line judge on the far side. I didn't see a flag come out for North Harrison to start the play. It was discombobulated, though. The snap went over Bryce Fessel's head, and he was able to make something out of it, but the offsetting penalties make it, again, a 3rd down and 19, so we'll just replay this all over again.
Wow.
Go figure.
Yeah, that's a crazy sequence there.
That I have not seen happen very often in football, all the years that I've been watching the sport. Ball will be back at the 10. It'll be 3rd and 19. Bryce Fessel pulled a rabbit out of the hat there with that. If it hadn't been for the false start, the Cougars would have a 1st down right now because of the penalty. But we'll do it again. Hain this time. Well, he's going to the sideline. He's looking, and now looks like they're going to do the same thing. Cooper Clooney's going to be split out as a receiver. Dawson Senn trying to direct him as Bryce Fessel's in the shotgun. But the Cougars don't have everybody aligned the way they need to, so they'll burn their last time out here in the second quarter with 4:51 to go. Still tied at 8 between the North Harrison Cougars and the Providence Pioneers here at Gene Sartini Field in Murphy Stadium. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
You've been thinking about it, that bathroom upgrade you've always wanted. Well, what are you waiting for? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Payton Home, they offer cost-effective acrylic baths and showers, less invasive to install, easy to clean, and built to last. Need an ADA remodel or aging-in-place design? Jason and Carla are your local experts right here in historic downtown Corydon. Stop by their South Capitol Avenue location today or give them a call. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Payton Home, your local source for every project.
Mom and Dad.
4 minutes, 51 seconds left here in the second quarter here at Providence High School, Gene Sartini Field inside Murphy Stadium, along with our statistician and analyst Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Providence and North Harrison in a competitive matchup here so far, tied at 8 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. North Harrison coming out of a timeout, a wild sequence with the high snap over Bryce Fessel's head. He was in the shotgun, had to run back to the end zone to get it, threw it up in the air, hoping somebody would go get it. Well, Dawson Senn got it. He got smacked at the 26-yard line after the catch, and the Cougars, with the false start and a personal foul offsetting, end up getting a new play here as Fessel runs it to the far side, able to find some room and gets to the middle of the field, but he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about all he'll be able to manage. So better than nothing on that play. Nathan Weber again in on the stop for Providence. This will be a 10-yard run, or 9-yard run rather, and it'll be 4th down and 10 coming up after that Fessel run. So if nothing else, he gives a little more room on the punt here coming up. Cougars basically went nowhere on that drive. Snap low to Senn. He will try to pick it up and run with it. He's going to get hit, and the ball comes out, and I think it might be a turnover to Providence. It will. Senn dropped the football at the 17-yard line. So Nathan Weber's the one who gets on top of it, so it will be a run for Dawson Senn for a loss of 2 yards total. And Providence will take over with 4:06 to go until halftime at the North Harrison 17-yard line, where it'll be first down from there in the red zone. 4 plays for -2 yards here as Providence lines up in the shotgun. Fondrisi handing off behind him, and the run going to the end zone. This will be quick and easy. Touchdown, and it is Trenton Taylor, 5'7", 155, and a sophomore, who gets it on the buck sweep, running to the near side of the field or to his left, and he is able to take it for the touchdown from 17 yards out. So Trenton Taylor with the carry to the end zone. Providence has the lead for the first time tonight with 3:56 to go. They will come on to kick the extra point. Lucas Mock will be the holder. Jackson Ravel is the kicker for the Pioneers. Ravel is 5'8", 165, and a senior, has not missed an extra point all year. The long snapper is Pete Lannon on PATs. An impressive play there, running that buck sweep to the near side. The snap is good, holds a little bobbled there, but the kick is right down the middle. Ravel actually hit a part of that yellow fence behind the goal post. The heck of a kick he's got there. That is a one-play drive that goes 17 yards. It took all of 10 seconds for Providence to get the lead. The Pioneers have taken the advantage on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 15-8 is the score. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality Crestone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crestone in DePaul. At Davis Crestone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Crestone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crestone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Well, all it took for Providence was a mishap on special teams, and they are able to take advantage of it with a 17-yard touchdown run, a drive that took all of 10 seconds, 3:56 left here in this first half of play. Providence 15, North Harrison 8 after the Trenton Taylor touchdown run. Taylor in the end zone for Providence, and he's got those neon pink shoes on, so kind of hard to miss him out there on the field. But he's got some speed, and once he turned that corner and there was room to run, there was not very much the Cougars were going to be able to do about it. So Providence will kick off again. Ravel, kicks it into the end zone for a touchback. And we've got multiple flags. I don't know. I looked down. I wasn't really looking, but it looks like there was a lot of jawing going on there around the 30-yard line.
Someone got knocked to the turf, and then he got up, and there were some words.
Well, we've got 2 flags out there on the turf. See what happens here. The Cougars certainly do not want to lose their composure here on the road. This will be a personal foul, and it will be on North Harrison. Well, that's unnecessary.
Yeah. That's not going to help the cause at all.
I mean, I understand Providence has taken the momentum of this game from you, but you're on the road, and I also understand that this is not a game you have to win per se, because you're more concerned about sectional overall. That's the bigger picture, but these are the kind of penalties the Cougars have got to avoid for the rest of the season. You do not want to continue to be doing this going into next week, because guess what? Bad field position again. Now you're back at the 10-yard line to start this drive.
The penalties that they've had this year, when they just keep rolling, and it just stifles everything they're trying to do.
Well, they've not had good field position really on the last 3 drives. Hayne trying to dive forward, and he's able to get a pretty decent gain here as the tackle made there. Noah Mott was able to bring him down from behind. It'll be a 5-yard carry as Hayne ran it up the middle. 2nd down and 5 at the 15-yard line for North Harrison. They really do have to go pretty quick here because they've got 3.5 minutes to go until halftime. Trenton Taylor with the touchdown run last time for Providence. Gave them the lead. And now North Harrison trying to respond, but they still got 85 yards to reach the end zone here. Under center will go Fessel, or Hain rather, hands it off, and I think Bryce is the one who got the carry, but he's not going very far. Tried to fight for yardage, but I think they're going to give him forward progress, and he's going to be fortunate to get a yard out of this. Lincoln Crewer was the main guy who got there, and then hit again Peyton Dunn for the Pioneers. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 coming up here after Bryce is able to squeeze out a yard on that carry. Cougars, got to get something going here. Down a touchdown now. They're still in this game. No, by no means are they out of it yet. Here's the snap to Hain under center. Hands it off. Here's Fessel again. This time bulldozes his way across the 20. He'll have the first down and then a little more after that as Crewer gets in there to make the tackle again. This will be a 7-yard carry here for Fessel. And a first down coming up here for North Harrison. Cougars convert another first down, 2:14 and counting here in this second quarter of play. Ball resting at the 23, right in the middle of the field, right on the O, on the left side of the O of the kind of watermark there on the field where it says Pioneers, scrolling across the field in the light green, kind of off tone from the field color. Under center is Caden Hain again, I formation behind him, hands it off to the up back. Clooney gets hit right as he gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
He got
the door was
Stonewall.
shut. Jorge Reyes Nino was there to meet him at the point of attack, and yet he still got 2 yards out of it. 2nd down and 8 from the 25-yard line. Soon as he crossed the line, Reyes Nino just popped him. Now that was Clooney on the carry that time. 2nd down and 8, 1:22 and counting. Cougars not in a hurry. Problem is Providence gets the second half kickoff, so I don't know if they've got a play up their sleeve or what they've got, but we'll see. The Cougars are going to go back to the ground again. Fessel, the run to his right, and he gets across the line, gets up to about the 28. Not a lot of room after that. Nathan Weber was there to get the stop. This will be a 2-yard carry on the play here. 3rd down. Coming up here for the Cougars. 3rd down and 5, as a matter of fact. First down's at the 33. Game clock is down to 36 seconds until halftime. Cougars down a touchdown. Hain under center again. Trying to draw the Pioneers offside. He doesn't have a timeout to call, so he has to get the snap away with 6 on the play clock. Here's the snap to Hain. Hands it off. Counter play running near side is Fessel. Bryce is going to be close to the first down. I think he'll be a yard short, though. And it was it there? Jake Glotzback at 6'1", 210, and a sophomore was the one who made the tackle. It'll be 4th and 1 after gain of 4 on the run, and that's going to do it for the first half here at Gene Sartini Field here inside Murphy Stadium. We've reached halftime here in Clarksville on the campus of Providence High School, and it is the Providence Pioneers with the lead going into the halftime break over North Harrison by a touchdown. We'll take a break here, and after the break, we'll have first half stats and analysis. We'll take a look at what's going on around the area tonight as well, see if we can find some scores from other games around southern Indiana tonight. And if we have time, we'll try to preview what's coming up next week as far as sectional play is concerned for our next broadcast for the first round of Sectional 31 in Class 3A. All of that coming up in our Dr. Black's Eye Associates halftime report. North Harrison and Providence in a close one. It's the Pioneers leading 15-8 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard at halftime. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
For more than 40 years, Dr. Black's Eye Associates remains locally owned. Whether it's your first pair of glasses, surgery, or emergency care, our doctors have you covered. See life clearly with Dr. Black's Eye Associates. Visit have2020.com.
LASIK isn't just about ditching glasses. It's about waking up with clear vision, saving time, saving money, and living life unfiltered. Schedule your LASIK consultation. Call 888 Eye Care or visit have2020.com. Dr. Black's Eye Associates. See life clearly.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Morgan's Auto Salvage has been serving the community for many years and have been in the car business since 1984. Morgan's Auto Salvage has late model car, truck, and now carrying semi-truck parts. Can't find a part? With Nationwide Locator, you can find any part you need for your car, truck, or semi. Located on North State Road 37 in Paoli, Indiana. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out their Facebook page at Morgan's Auto Salvage. For questions, call 812-723-2121. Let Morgan's Auto Salvage experience go to work for you.
We've reached halftime here at Gene Sartini Field inside Murphy Stadium here on the campus of Providence High School in Clarksville. And so far, it has been a pretty closely contested game, but it was definitely a tale of two quarters in that first half of play. North Harrison, definitely the better team in the first quarter with a long possession to start off this contest. Providence, though, countered in the second quarter. And it came back with a big second quarter to take the lead here at halftime on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The tally on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, 15-8. Providence, number 4 in the USA Today rankings in Class A, and number 5 in the coaches poll in Class A, leading North Harrison here at halftime. Again, 15-8 is the score here on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Thank you for joining us here tonight on 96.9 WKLO, as well as streaming online at WKLO969.com. You can also find us on our YouTube page, WKLO 96.9, and you can also listen on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. Well, the Cougars find themselves in an unenviable position here at halftime with the lead going to Providence there in that second quarter. North Harrison getting the 2-point conversion after the start of this game there early on, but North Harrison unfortunately not able to do much with it after that from that point on. And after that first drive, with all the success North Harrison had, it just simply couldn't get it back together again against this Pioneer team. So we'll see if North Harrison can turn it around here in the second half. And we'll look at the first half drive summary here in just a moment. So let's take a look at the first half statistics here the drive summary. North Harrison got the ball first at their own 23-yard line and just kind of went with the classic chop the wood drive there on the opening offering. North Harrison would work the ball down 18 plays, 77 yards in 10 minutes and 25 seconds. A drive where you had, 7 runs of 5 to 9 yards in that first half. And Bryce Fessel and Caden Hain were the two primary ball carriers on that drive. Cooper Clooney got 3 carries on that opening drive to start off. But North Harrison was able to get it down to the 1-yard line. Bryce was able to finish off the drive with a touchdown from 1 yard, 18 plays, 77 yards in 10 minutes and 25 seconds. The Cougars went for 2. Caden Hain carrying out the fake beautifully, threw it to Cooper Clooney in the flat to the right for the 2-point conversion. So with 1:35 to go in the first quarter, the Cougars consumed that first quarter and were able to get the 8-0 lead after that. Providence got it at the North Harrison 42 after a great kick return and started off the drive really well. Quick pass play went to Noah Leeser for 8 yards on the first play after a Providence false start penalty. And then a pass play completed to Trevor Unruh, got the Pioneers a first down to the North Harrison 26. From there, Kalen Sipes with a 6-yard run. Lincoln Kruer went for 22 yards down to the Cougar 3. And that would be the last play before the end of the first quarter. As we went to the second, Providence had it in great field position. And it was Kalen Sipes who got a handoff for a loss of 1. He got that 1 yard back, and then on 4th and goal, an incomplete pass was thrown as Providence, actually I think there were 2 incompletions there to end the drive. That went 8 plays, 39 yards in 2 minutes and 47 seconds. The turnover on downs gave North Harrison pretty bad field position back at the 3-yard line with 10:48 to go in the second. The Cougars went 6 plays, 12 yards in 3 minutes and 37 seconds. They would have to punt the ball away after getting 1 first down on the drive. Providence would get it in great field position again, even though the Dawson Sen punt was partially tipped. The ball still rolled to the North Harrison 42, but Providence decided to go up tempo, and they were very aggressive as Sipes was able to run for 15, 13, and 10 yards on the first 3 plays of the drive. He was then able to go for 2 yards to set up Lincoln Kruer at the 1-yard line. He would get into the end zone after 5 plays, 42 yards in 55 seconds. The rushing touchdown with the 2-point conversion. Nico Fondrisi to Kalen Sipes on the pass. That tied the game at 8 with 6:16 to go in the second quarter. North Harrison's next drive started at the 19. Didn't start well because Caden Hain dropped back to throw, and he got sacked. Pete Lannon took him down for a 10-yard loss back to the 9. The Cougars and the next 2 plays actually got all that yardage back, but it set up 4th and 10 from the 19. Dawson Sen trying to punt. This time he decided to run, and unfortunately it was the wrong decision. Dawson lost 2 yards and fumbled it away to Providence at the 17-yard line. The Pioneers took full advantage after that as Trenton Taylor got it on the buck sweep, running to his left or to the near side of the field. He would go in for the touchdown. 1 play, 17 yards in 10 seconds. The rushing touchdown with the Jackson Ravel extra point gave Providence a 15-8 lead. North Harrison would then start a drive at the 10. They had burned all 3 of their timeouts, and they would run out the remaining 3:56 with a Caden Hain 5-yard run. Bryce Fessel ran for 1 and 7 yards, followed by Clooney running for 2 yards. Fessel for 3 and 4 yards to close it out. 6 plays, 22 yards, ran out the clock at the end of the first half, and that made our score at halftime 15-8 in favor of Providence here at the halftime break here at Gene Sartini Field here at Murphy Stadium on the campus of Providence High School. They are celebrating homecoming tonight. Providence actually celebrated their senior night 2 weeks ago, so kind of like Brownstown Central, they don't do it in a conventional way here as far as their celebrations are concerned for homecoming and senior night. Providence able to celebrate homecoming night here tonight, and so we'll definitely a very well done ceremony here at halftime with everybody getting dressed to the nines tonight, at least everybody with the football players who obviously could not. But that is where we stand here at halftime as this North Harrison team looks to try to regain their composure. Got a personal foul penalty in that first half. The Cougars end up getting 2 penalties for 15 yards, and the same actually for Providence. 2 penalties for 15 yards in that first half, as well as the North Harrison football team finds themselves behind here at halftime here on the road. See, 1 turnover for the Cougars, none for the Pioneers here at the halftime break. Let's take a look at the rushing totals in the first half as Providence, Kalen Sipes is the leader on the ground, 7 carries, 47 yards in that first half. Lincoln Kruer with 2 carries for 23 yards in the first 2 quarters of play. Trenton Taylor, 1 carry, 17 yards and a touchdown. Kruer also has a touchdown run in the first half as well. And so Providence getting those 2 guys some action on the ground. Take a look at the season statistics here for Providence and see how many touchdowns these guys have. Kruer came in with 5, so he's got 6 rushing touchdowns on the year. Taylor, that was also his 6th rushing touchdown of the season. So those 2 guys getting into the end zone for Providence in the first half. In total, the Pioneers ran the ball 10 times for 87 yards, averaging 8.7 yards per carry. Nico Fondrisi, 2 of 4 passing, 16 yards in that first half. I can't believe I wrote that down the wrong way. Noah Leeser with 1 catch for 8 yards in that first half. Trevor Unruh also had a catch for 8 yards in that first half. Providence only ran 14 plays on offense, but they went for 103 yards, averaging 7.4 yards per play. That's better than the Cougars did in some ways against Silver Creek a couple of weeks ago when we last saw them. So the Pioneers, after that first drive, really got it together on offense. For North Harrison, Bryce Fessel, the leader on the ground, 19 carries, 70 yards, came in with 1,366 yards. He has eclipsed 1,400 yards now on the season as he leads the team in rushing so far. Caden Hain, 8 carries, 29 yards. Cooper Clooney with 5 totes for 12 yards. Fessel has the touchdown for the Cougars so far, and Dawson Sen with 1 carry for -2 yards. The Cougars have yet to go to the air officially in this game. 33 carries, 109 yards, averaging 3.3 yards per carry. That is all the Cougar offense in this first half of play here on the road at Providence, where the Pioneers have the lead by a score of 15-8 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. We will take another break here and also take time for station identification as well, as Providence leads on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard 15-8 over North Harrison. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Prosser Hall of Fame celebrates alumni who turn their career into a lifelong legacy. Being a Prosser graduate isn't about an achievement, it's a way of life. Here's alumni Bob Cutter.
As I grew up in construction and just felt right at home in the construction trades at Prosser, it gave me another additional sense of confidence. I think in the company now we've got over 32 employees that have some sort of Prosserification. Prosser actually gave me the confidence and the ability to realize that I was really good at something.
Prosser Alumni Association is always looking for business partners to help graduates transition to employment. Visit prosseralumni.org.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
Well, this homecoming ceremony taking a while, so I guess we've already gone through all of our stats and drive summaries first half. I mean, for North Harrison, obviously a great start with that first drive, and the defense did a great job making a stand after Providence pushed the ball down to the 3-yard line, but then it seemed like after that, Providence got the stop with North Harrison getting the ball deep in their own territory, forced the Cougars to punt the ball away, and now Providence has been able to take the mojo in this game here in the first half.
Providence has completely taken all the momentum away from North Harrison. North Harrison started out really strong, started out in their classic grind it down the field, chop wood, did a great job on that possession, and then after that, Providence just immediately turned the game around in their favor, and it's their momentum right now is going to be hard to stop. They're playing very well. They're very quick off on their offense, and they move the ball really well. And their quarterback is, I'm really impressed with him as a sophomore. He can drill the ball exactly where he wants it. He's very accurate. He's very quick with his arm movement. He doesn't go way back with it. He's just very quick, and it's on target.
Well, he has only thrown 4 passes, has Nico Fondrisi in the first half. He's 2 of 4 passing for 16 yards, but Kalen Sipes, who is the leading rusher for Providence coming in, he's been every bit as good as he was expected to be coming in, 611 rushing yards coming in. He has been the leading rusher so far for Providence here in the first half as well. Get a score update from Sellersburg, not too far from here over at Hunter Station Pizza Stadium. Corydon Central facing Silver Creek tonight. Hat tip to Brandon Miniard for the coverage. Both teams stalled out on their opening drive. In the first quarter, it was scoreless, and then the Panthers able to get on the board. Dane Nyman able to get across the goal line for a touchdown. He kicked the extra point, but he missed it wide to the right. But with 8:08 to go in the second quarter, it was 6-0 Panthers in front. But the Dragons countered as Cameron Black was able to find Donovan Whitehead for a passing touchdown with 7:05 to go in the second quarter. The PAT successful for Brady Anderson, and the Dragons led 7-6. At last check in the second quarter with 3:23 to go, Cam Black was able to connect on an 83-yard touchdown pass to a receiver who has not been identified, but the Dragons get the extra point and lead 14-6 as that game is approaching halftime over in Sellersburg tonight. So just an update on what's going on there in that particular matchup. Also, want to congratulate Corydon Central cross-country runner Perry Leghart. She has signed with Indiana University East over in Richmond. She'll be running for the Red Wolves starting next year. She'll be running cross-country and track and field for the Wolves, so she'll go from cat to dog in college there.
Oh, my.
And she will be running now for the Red Wolves, so congratulations to Perry. Of course, the Corydon cross-country and track programs, Daniel Love, the head coach, done a really good job there, and they've had a lot of success over the recent years there at Corydon Central in those programs, so congratulations to Perry on that. Also, a congratulations to the North Harrison volleyball team as well on a great regular season. They are going to be playing in sectional tomorrow morning over at Madison, and the Lady Cats, I think, are going to play Charlestown in the first round. I'll have to double-check that. But speaking of the Pirates on the football field, they lead at Eastern Pekin right now. 35-6 is the halftime score as the Pirates are dominating that game in Pekin tonight. Meanwhile, believe it or not, basketball season's right around the corner, and the Indiana men's team getting a chance to show the fans what they've got tonight at home against the Marian University Knights out of Indianapolis. The Indiana men's team is running away with this one, 64-19. That's the score. Former Christian Academy guard Josh Renfro playing for Marian University under head coach Pat Knight up there. Of course, the son of the Hall of Fame coach Bob Knight, of course. And Tucker DeVries, the coach's son, he's putting on a show tonight. 23 points to lead Indiana so far. Former Heritage Hills star, all-time leading scorer at Heritage Hills High School, Trent Sisley, has 10 points in his freshman campaign as Indiana gets to the early lead there. This is an exhibition game tonight at Simon Scott Assembly Hall as the first half is about to end. It's been all Hoosiers so far in that one. Obviously, a lot of excitement around Indiana football. Kurt Signetti signing the big contract yesterday to keep him at Indiana through the 2033 season. Meanwhile, at last check, Brownstown and Scottsburg in a battle at the end of the first quarter, tied at 7. Let's see if we have an updated score from that matchup, and that's not going to be the account that gets me there. Went to the basketball page for whatever reason there. Let's try this again. See if there's an update Scottsburg has there. Well, at the end of the first, 7-7, that was the score. We do not have any other updates. Looks like a great crowd, as expected, there at American Legion Warrior Field tonight on a great night for high school football. So Reed May wanted a team to push his team, and for the first time this year, that's exactly what they're getting with Scottsburg here in the first half. So the Warriors and the Braves at last check tied in that matchup there, being played at Scottsburg tonight, just up I-65 from us. Trying to see if there are any other scores that we can get to here. I don't think there's anything else, at least not at this point. North Harrison down here at halftime. Floyd Central, early second quarter leading New Albany 21-0 at Burke Field. That's not too far away from here either. And once again, it is now 28-0 now. Floyd Central up over New Albany, 9.5 to go in the second quarter there. So that's where we stand right now as far as that goes. Mentioned Charlestown in the lead, and that's about all we got right now as far as scores around the area so far. We'll take one more break, come back, and will get you ready for the third quarter. Providence maintaining their lead over North Harrison, 15-8 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corden. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corden, where community and flavor come together.
Save some breaks here for the second half as North Harrison trails 15-8 against the number 4 team in Class A in the USA Today poll, number 5 in the coaches poll in Class A. Providence 15, North Harrison 8. That's the score here at halftime. As that continues here, let's see if we can get an update on Bedford North Lawrence. They're on the road tonight at Columbus East. Typically get updates from BNL there, and Columbus East is ahead 14-10 as that game is at halftime. That game being played tonight up in Columbus. They're on Marr Road right there at Bob Gaddis Stadium at Stafford Field. So that one going back and forth, BNL and Columbus East. The winner gets second place outright in the Hoosier Hills Conference. Floyd Central appears to be on their way to winning the outright title here tonight. Also at the end of one quarter in a county rivalry over in Ferdinand tonight in DuBois County at Best Home Furnishing Stadium, Southridge is shutting out the Forest Park Rangers 28-0 in the at the end of the first quarter. That one, Milan over Madison right now at halftime, 30-7. That game being played over at Cubs Field tonight as the Milan Indians have the lead there. Next week, we will be back in Ramsey for Sectional 31 first-round coverage right here on 96.9 WKLO. The Corydon Central Panthers will visit the North Harrison Cougars in a rematch of the earlier season game between the two teams. It'll be the 6th time that the Panthers and the Cougars have collided in sectional play all time. The Cougars have won the previous 5 meetings between the two teams. They won last year's sectional meeting down in Corydon 30-7. En route to the program's first ever football sectional championship in 3A Sectional 31. So join us next week for Corydon Central and North Harrison. The coverage with our Davis Crushstone pregame show will begin at 6:30 next Friday night, and the kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock from Cougar Field in Ramsey right here on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online at WKLO969.com. You can also find us on your Alexa device or on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9. Providence will be back deep to receive the kickoff here. And on to kick it off will be Dawson Sen for North Harrison, back deep for the Pioneers. Well, not that deep, back at the 21. They'll switch ends. North Harrison will be kicking it from left to right or from west to east. Providence will go east to west or from right to left here in the second half. Trevor Unruh will be on the near side of the field for Providence. From North Harrison's vantage point, they're looking to the right. To the far side of the field or to the left side is Mason Wendt. So those are the two guys who are back deep for the Pioneers. Unruh, 5'8", 165, and a senior. Wendt, 5'8", 145, and a junior for this Providence football team. Dawson Sen tees it up. Cougars in the all-white uniforms, the Star Wars Stormtrooper look on the road. Providence, navy blue jerseys, white letters and numbers, old gold and white trim, white pants, and the white helmet with the navy blue trim. Sen kicks it. It'll be a low kick that bounds into Unruh's hands at the 25-yard line. Trevor Unruh running up the middle, got room to go, and for the first time tonight, Providence will start back in their own territory, but they almost got it to the 50-yard line. Unruh gets it to the 48 of the Pioneers, and that will set up a 1st and 10. The Pioneers just 52 yards away from reaching the end zone as they have the ball right there on the right eye of the Pioneer logo there at midfield. Providence goes to a more compact formation here. Nico Fondrisi in the shotgun. Buck sweep off the snap. It's Taylor again. Trenton Taylor running near side, broke a tackle, got room to run inside the 30, running near side to the 25. And Trenton Taylor able to get it down to the 25 of the Cougars. That'll be a 27-yard run on the first play from scrimmage. They ran that sweep for their second touchdown of the contest. And Providence easily getting that first down run right there with Taylor getting the carry to put the Pioneers in prime position.
Providence is just so explosive with their offense. They're doing a really great job right now, and they've got all the momentum and the confidence right now.
Low snap for Fondrisi, hands it off this time to Kalen Sipes, and he just barrels his way down to the middle of the field to the 15-yard line. He gets hit by a couple of Cougar defenders. Cooper Clooney was one of those guys. That is going to be a big run there. Gets down to the 15-yard line. It'll be a 12-yard run for Sipes and a first down coming up here. Here's the snap, handoff. That didn't go well, and a flag comes out at the end of the play as Aiden Childers got the initial contact. Nicholas Kraft finished off the play. Sipes was the ball carrier, and a flag comes in after the first down run. This will be a face mask personal foul on the Cougars. Apparently, Childers got a piece of the face mask there when he was trying to make the tackle on Sipes, who ended up losing a yard on the play. So Kalen Sipes loses a yard, but the face mask puts the Pioneers half the distance to the goal down to the 8-yard line. So the penalty will be a net of 8 yards. 3 penalties for 23 yards now for the Cougars. It'll be first down and 3 now for Providence after the penalty. Down to the 8-yard line. Fondrisi in the shotgun. Low snap, and we're going to have a flag. Somebody jumped there on the front line, and it's going to be a false start on Providence, so they're going to lose some of the penalty yardage that they gained before. Lining up offside, I guess, was what the call was against Providence there. So the Pioneers will lose 5 yards on that penalty, and it will be now a first down and 8 to go for the Pioneers. Back at the 13-yard line. Shotgun formation for Nico Fondrisi. Takes the snap. Buck sweep other way. This time it's Trenton Taylor again, but this time the Cougars do a better job getting the angle on the tackle. And not a lot of room there. That was Braylon Goris who made the tackle there for the Cougars, and Braylon able to bring him down at the 11-yard line. 2-yard gain on the play, second down and 6 coming up. For Taylor, only his 3rd carry of the night, but the first 2 went for 44 yards. Went in motion, shotgun, Fondrisi takes the snap, looks to throw, got an open receiver, but he overthrew him out in front. Noah Leeser, correction, that was Pete Lannon, who was his intended receiver on the near side between the R and the O of Providence there in the end zone. Fondrisi put that just a little too far out in front. 3rd down and 6 coming up here for the Pioneers after that incompletion. Fondrisi came in with a 62% completion rate on the season. He has not quite reached 1,000 passing yards on the season as of yet. Ball at the 11-yard line, 3rd down and 6. Lannon will be split out, or Evans, that is, will be split out to the far side or to the right as a receiver. Fondrisi under center, takes the snap, pitches it back, got his ball carrier in Lucas Mock, and he doesn't go very far. Running to his left, Cooper Clooney was there with contact along with Bryce Fessel and Colin Denton. Just a 1-yard carry on the play there. And that is going to make it 4th down and 5 coming up here for the Pioneers. And that was Mock who carried it. So field goal coming up. Jackson Ravel is the one who will kick. He will try a 27-yard field goal here for the Pioneers. 27 yards here. The snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up. Ravel kicks it high and between the uprights. Good. So it'll be a 27-yard field goal for Jackson Ravel. And the Pioneers cap off that drive with points. And Providence inches the lead a little further out. 18-8 now the score. Providence leading North Harrison with 9:49 to go here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with...
Sorry about that. Tried to run one too many breaks there as Jackson Ravel is able to connect on a 27-yard field goal for the Providence Pioneers. Makes the lead now 18-8 as the Pioneers have extended the lead to double digits. They've scored 18 unanswered after the Cougars' opening drive touchdown. Ravel on to kick it off again, and this is a high end-over-end kick. Landon Banks will let it bounce. It'll roll into the end zone from the 2-yard line, and the Cougars will start at the 20-yard line this time. First down and 10 for the Cougar offense. They got to try to find something here in the third quarter. Still in this game, only down 10 right now. Get a touchdown on this drive. All of a sudden, it kind of changes the complexion of the game here. Cougars be back home next week. They'll host Corydon Central in Class A Sectional 31. Providence, meantime, going to have to get on the bus and take a trip north of Vincennes next Friday night. First round of Sectional 48. The Pioneers will play the North Knox Warriors. North Knox is at Paoli tonight. You can listen to that game over on our sister station, Mix 95.3. Dawson Sen will be the receiver split out to the left, far side of the formation. Under center is Hain, and I think we're going to have a false start on the Cougars. That will be the case. The snap was very late getting to Hain. Everybody else moved up front except for the quarterback in the center, Aiden Dennison. The false start on the Cougars, fourth penalty of the night for 28 yards. Now on North Harrison, it'll be first down and 15 from the Cougar 15-yard line with 9:48 to go here in the third quarter. Providence 18, North Harrison 8. Play clock down to 17. Cougars still haven't broken the huddle. Sen will be split out to the left again. Cougars once again are going from left to right or from west to east here in this third quarter. Snap, handoff, Bessel trying to run to the far side. He runs into a wall of Pioneer defenders. Reyes Nino and Lincoln Crewer there to make the stop. It'll be a 2-yard carry on the run there for Bryce Bessel. So makes it now 2nd and 13. Cougars hurting themselves even with a false start penalty. That can get you off on the wrong foot on a drive, and the Cougars now playing off schedule, being 2nd and long.
Having a really hard time moving the ball. Providence is doing a great job on getting the stops.
They're filling in nicely on the
nice.
holes there with the offensive line opened up. Here's the snap, the pitch this time, and Bryce runs it near side. He's got room to run, gets across the 25 as he ran between tacklers there. Trevor Unruh and Jorge Reyes Nino there to make the stop. He'll get it to the 27-yard line, so this will be a good run of 10 yards on the play for Fessel. Ball resting on the near hash mark. And instead of 3rd and long, now it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Cougars, so they're back on schedule thanks to that Bryce Fessel run. This is more what the Cougars like to do.
They got to keep this rolling if they want to.
Under center, Hain, quarterback run right up the middle. He'll have the first down and a couple extra yards on top of that. This will be a 5-yard run right up the hash mark on the near side of the field. And Hain for 5 yards and a first down for North Harrison, their 8th of the night. Going back to the good old-fashioned bully ball, kind of, I guess, the modern iteration of the Pain Train offense that we saw back in the early days when Sam Best and Austin Neville were in the backfield. Avery Blocker was the quarterback our first season as well. And Sam, most people remember, 6'2", 245 pounds. He was the Pain Train coming down the track
difficult to stop.
Here's the snap to Hain, hands it off to Fessel. Bryce not that big, but he's still a tough runner. Gets to the middle of the field, gets a 3-yard carry up to the 35. Had a host of Providence defenders there. Among them was Eli Graff. Reyes Nino was also in on the tackle as well. 3 yards on the carry, 2nd down and 7 for Fessel and the Cougars. One thing's for sure, the Cougars certainly, it kind of felt like they were down more at halftime in some way, but you're only down 7. Now you're only down 10 after holding Providence to a field goal, so you're giving yourself a chance here. Of course, a touchdown has to be in order as the quarterback keeper again comes up. A flag comes flying in as Hain gets it to the 39 on the keeper right up the middle. He gets 4, but let's see what the flag is all about here. Reyes Nino again. I've said his name a lot. He's the leading tackler on this Providence team. And it will be a personal foul face mask penalty on Providence. So 4 yards plus the penalty for the Cougars as Hain is able to get the yardage. But for the first time since the first drive, North Harrison is going into Providence territory because of that penalty. It's 15 yards on top of the run, so the ball will be spotted at the Pioneer 46-yard line. That's the biggest penalty on Providence tonight. 4 penalties, 35 yards on the Pioneers. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Pioneer 46. The referee goes down in the backfield there. I think he might have gotten his feet tangled up, and it's a 2-yard run at the line of scrimmage. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he was backpedaling and he just tripped over his foot or what happened, but it's a 2-yard run for Bryce Fessel while the play was going on. 2nd and 8 coming up with the official up, and it looks like the only thing that's hurt right now might be his pride a little bit there.
He was fortunate he didn't get hurt because they were all around him there.
And what if Bryce had been able to break loose and then all of a sudden he's in the middle of the play and he's got the stampede coming toward him?
Yeah.
That would have been rough to manage there.
Not have been fun.
Thankfully, he got up in time. 2nd and 8. Sen split out as the receiver to the far side. I formation under center Hain, making sure that Dawson's lined up out there as the receiver. The snap, the pitch to Fessel. Finds a hole running to the far side. Got some room. Broke a tackle up to the 30-yard line. Still going down toward the 25. And he'll finally be taken down, but not before a big carry. Reyes Nino again was there on the stop, down to the 28 of Providence. And that'll be a 16-yard run, the longest that Fessel has popped tonight, and that will make it a 1st down. You keep going to the body blows over and over and over again, and eventually you might pop a big one. And for Bryce, that one helps his confidence. That should put him over the 100-yard mark tonight.
He's 103 yards on that carry.
So now his 7th game of 100 or more yards this year. He's approaching 1,500 for the season. Here's the snap, handoff, and I think it's Clooney. And, man, look at the cloud of defenders there for Providence.
It's one big pile in the middle of the field.
That's called dog pile for those of you at home. Jake Glotzback is the one who comes out of the bottom of the pile, and yet that's a pretty good run. 4 yards for Clooney. 2nd and 8 coming up here at the far hash mark as the Cougars continue to march it down the field.
Hard to believe he got that much because it was just everybody was in the middle of the field piled.
I think the offensive line gave him just a little bit of space there to be able to get there. 2nd and 6, Hain under center, I formation behind him. Snap, handoff. This time it's Landon Banks, the ball carrier, and he tries to run to his left. Doesn't get very much. Maybe got a yard if he got that. Bunch of Pioneers there. Lincoln Kruger was the main guy there on the tackle. Ball to the 23 of Providence. A 1-yard carry for Landon Banks. The 10th play of the drive coming up. North Harrison facing 3rd and 5 at the Pioneer 23-yard line. Last week of the regular season, Dawson Sen will be split out to the near side this time, or to the right. Garrett Tucker, the tight end, off to the left side of the offensive line. Snap. Whistles blow. And I don't see a flag, but apparently there is a flag on the play. And the Cougars are going to be called for the false start. Instead of 3rd and 5 coming up, it'll be 3rd and 10. 5th penalty of the night on the Cougars for 33 yards.
It was really beginning to hurt a lot.
Well, they started the drive, remember, with a false start, and had played really clean football up until there. I think all the shifting might have caused some confusion up front there, and that's probably why we got the false start, because Sen was switching sides, Tucker was switching sides, and I don't know if that just kind of caused guys to kind of jump a little early there. Under center will go Hain. He'll pitch it to Bryce Fessel. Bryce finds some room. He breaks a tackle. He's off to the races, down inside the 15, inside the 10. Broke a tackle, and I think he's going to get the touchdown. He does. He runs it to the near side, or running to his right of the field, and Bryce Fessel blasts in 28-yard touchdown, and trying to make the tackle was Noah Frossard there at the end, the cornerback. But Bryce able to lean across, the official determined, and he gets a 28-yard touchdown, capping off a 10-play, 80-yard drive for this North Harrison offense.
He was on his jersey at least the last 5 or 7 yards there, and he just took him with him in.
Bryce was not going to be denied. 2-point conversion. Cougars cut the lead to 4. If they get this, they can make it 2. Here's the snap. The pitch to Fessel. Going to go end around to Dawson Sen. He dropped it for a second, bobbled it, but he's able to get to the 1. Oh, they stopped him before he got there. The bobble cost him. Pete Lannon makes the tackle along with Noah Mott there on the 2-point conversion. Dawson Sen bobbled the football on the end around, trying to go with the reverse. Fessel ran right. Sen was going to the left, and the bobble ends up costing Dawson Sen. If he had been able to get it cleanly, he probably might have walked in for the 2-point conversion. But as it stands, the Cougars do cut the lead down to 18-14 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here at Sartini Field in Murphy Stadium. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Bryce Fessel's longest run is now 28 yards, and it is a touchdown run for the Cougars as they cut the Providence advantage back to 18-14. Dawson Sen tried to run in for the 2-point conversion, but it was unsuccessful. And so North Harrison, though, finds themselves right back in contention. Down by 4 points to Providence here on the road after a 10-play, 80-yard drive that took 5 minutes and 42 seconds off of the game clock here in the third quarter. Neither false start penalty really had any effect on the Cougars, and Bryce Fessel bound to determine he was going to take Noah Frossard to the end zone with him, and he did just that. Kickoff again short to Trevor Unruh. He gets some room to the corner. He gets into Cougar territory. Cougars special teams not doing a very good job containing these kick returners for Providence. And Unruh's going to be ruled out at the 38 of North Harrison. So they're going to be that close to the end zone on this drive, and that's why field position matters in games like this. You don't want to give it up too easily, and the Cougars did not do a very good job covering Unruh on the return that time, and he made them pay for it. Providence has great field position and a chance to be able to extend on this lead here.
Providence got some great runners on this team. They're overall very quick as a team.
They'll go to kind of a compact formation, one back on either side of the quarterback. Nico Fondrisi takes the shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, throws a little pitch out to Unruh on the far side. Caught, broke a tackle, gets inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line. And that is a big gain, 16 yards on the pass play from Fondrisi to Unruh, and that will give the Pioneers a first down, as that pass completion puts them right on the shadow of the red zone, the 9th first down the Pioneers offense has had tonight. 11 first downs for the Cougars, 9 for Providence in this game. Pioneers go to the shotgun again. 2 receivers out to the near side or to the left. Fondrisi in the shotgun, gets the snap, hands it off to their primary back, Kalen Sipes, and he's able to get it down around the 20, maybe got it down to the 19-yard line. Braylon Goris, a range of Cougars. Well, there's a lot there. Goris, along with Colin Denton, among others, that it's a 3-yard carry for Sipes on that run, and make it now a 2nd and 7 coming up here for Providence at the Cougar 19-yard line. Less than 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 18-14 Providence on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Fondrisi in the shotgun, one back on either side of him. Motion, though, comes. They fake the handoff to Taylor, give it to Sipes. The Cougars were not fooled. They ran the fake to Taylor. He carried it out really well, but then Sipes got the handoff, and Cooper Clooney shut the door on any chance of him getting yardage. He'll lose 2 yards on the carry, and that's only the second time Providence has lost yardage on an offensive snap, so that'll make it 3rd and 9 coming up here for Providence. North Harrison's defense playing much, much better than they did 2 weeks ago when we last saw them against Silver Creek.
They're playing a lot better ball right now all the way than what they did the first half there.
Oh, boy, low snap for Fondrisi. He's got to pick it up, got to try to get away from the pressure. He does for now. Fondrisi going to tuck it and try to run with it. He slides down at the 17-yard line. Landon Banks makes the tackle. Fondrisi able to make something out of nothing there. He'll pick up 4 yards on the carry. He had 8 carries for minus 42 yards on the season. He is not known as a running quarterback. He picks up 4 there, and now Jackson Ravel back on to kick for another field goal to try to give the Pioneers a 7-point lead as we approach a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. They'll try a 34-yarder this time, nailed a 27-yard field goal the last time. His holder is Lucas Mock. The long snapper is Pete Lannon. Snap is a little low. The hold is down, though. The kick is up, and Ravel nailed that one again. Another high arcing kick that goes between the uprights. That is a 34-yard field goal for Jackson Ravel, and Providence has expanded the lead, that is, to 21-14. An unconventional way to get there, though, with 1:19 left here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options that make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
5 plays, 21 yards, and a drive that took 2 minutes and 48 seconds to complete. Another made field goal and back-to-back possessions for Providence. And Jackson Ravel, the kicker for the Pioneers, he's been very good this year on his kicks. Let's see here. He has, let's see if I can get his numbers here just a second. He's been really good on kicks. He's made every extra point. He is now 3 out of 4 on field goals. He made a 47-yarder earlier this year. And after watching him kick, I can believe that.
Yeah, he's got a good foot on him. He drives the ball real well.
Ball kicked down the middle to Landon Banks, gets out to the far side of the field and is grabbed from behind, taken down around the 25, maybe given the 26-yard line. Lincoln Crewer getting there for the stop. So that drive results in points for Providence, and North Harrison here late in the third quarter with possession, down 7 here on the road at Gene Sartini Field here inside Murphy Stadium on the campus of Providence High School here in Clarksville, along with our statistician and analyst Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Been a good game tonight between these two teams. North Harrison will have 74 yards to reach the end zone. They'll go to the I formation. Dawson send the receiver split out to the left. They'll start with a quarterback keeper. And Caden Hain just continues to burrow his way forward. He gets up to the 34-yard line. Providence trying to say the football came out, but the officials did not signal a fumble, so it will be. There was no signal for a fumble. There was no bag dropped or anything. Hain, I think they're going to say, was down at the 33, so that'll be a 7-yard carry, but now they're going to have a conference about it. I honestly couldn't tell you. What I think
didn't see anything.
I didn't see a signal. The officials didn't give anything. The ball is down to the 33. It'll be ruled a 7-yard run for Hain, and a 2nd down and 3 coming up at the 33 of the Cougars. 42 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Cougars will go back to the I formation again. Hain this time will drop back to hand it off to Bryce Fessel. Bryce just trying to get every inch he can on that one. He took 2 Providence defenders with him to the ground, running to his left. There were a bunch of guys there. Nathan Weber will get credit for the tackle. It will be exactly 3 yards on the carry for Bryce Fessel, and another North Harrison first down. As the third quarter clock runs down, the Cougars don't have to run another play if they don't want to. It's 1st down and 10 at the 36 back in their own territory. They have the option to wait until the fourth quarter. Hain will go under center, send split out near side this time. Pitch play going to Fessel. Bryce leans forward, trying to get as much as he can as he runs into a host of Pioneer defenders. Lincoln Kruer was there, as well as Peyton Dunn as well. This will be a 2-yard carry, 2nd and 8, and that'll close up the third quarter of play here at Gene Sartini Field inside Murphy Stadium. The North Harrison Cougars and the Providence Pioneers in a close matchup, 21-14. Providence in the lead at the end of the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The Banking Butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, I'm Dr. Travis Hare, Chancellor at Ivy Tech Community College in Sellersburg. Over 40% of today's workforce is learning new skills or advancing their careers to keep up with the changing job market. At Ivy Tech, we offer flexible 8-week sessions and over 70 programs tailored to Indiana's growing industries, helping you stay ahead. With 55% of students receiving financial aid, Ivy Tech makes education affordable and accessible. Don't wait. Visit ivytech.edu/Sellersburg and let's start crafting your perfect plan. Remember, you belong here.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Gene Sartini Field inside Murphy Stadium here on the campus of Providence High School, along with our statistician and analyst Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. North Harrison 2nd down and 8 to start the fourth quarter. As they switch sides of the field, Bryce Fessel able to get to the wide side and gets knocked out of bounds around the 45-yard line. Looks like Lucas Mock was the one who might have gotten there that time. Noah Frossard, actually, on the stop, gets to the 44, so Bryce will be just a little short of the first down. He will pick up 6 on that carry, makes it 3rd down and 2 coming up. You can listen to our broadcast on 96.9 FM as well as WKLO969.com. Streaming on our YouTube page, WKLO 96.9, as well as on your Alexa. Under center will go Caden Hain. The Cougars now going from east to west or from right to left here in the fourth quarter. Handoff goes to Bryce Fessel. He should, by forward progress, have the first down, and he will. He got hit by a couple of Pioneer defenders there right as soon as he got across the line of scrimmage. Providence tried to wall up and prevent that from happening, but it did not. It'll be a 3-yard carry for Bryce. The ball shy of the 47-yard line. And it'll be first down to the Cougars at their own 47. Down by 7, North Harrison right now. Just 22 seconds into this fourth quarter. 21-14, Providence, number 4 in Class A, leading this Cougar team. Meanwhile, Corydon Central is down 21-6 to Silver Creek with 8:06 to go in the third quarter there in Sellersburg. Man, hard fought yardage again for this North Harrison offense. That Caden Hain, I think, of the quarterback keeper, it was.
He earned every inch of that.
Gosh. He gets to the 50-yard line, right at the top of the Providence logo there, the Pioneer head at midfield. It'll be a 3-yard carry for Caden, 2nd down and 7 on the way here for this North Harrison offense. Trying to see if we can find maybe a Scottsburg-Brownstown score update there. I don't know what's going on. They're not updating anything. It's still the same one, 7-all. Landon Banks, the ball carrier on the pitch, gets it behind the line, tries to run it to the North Harrison sideline over to the right, and he doesn't go very far. In fact, he might have lost a yard on the play. So Landon Banks getting his chance to carry there, and he does go backwards a yard, back to the North Harrison 49-yard line, setting up a 3rd down and 8 coming up here for this Cougar offense, a critical 3rd down coming up here on the road.
They need this one and more if they can get it.
Columbus East up 20-10 on Bedford North Lawrence, 2:56 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's the snap again. This time Hain fakes the handoff, tries to throw it to Garrett Tucker, caught it at the 42. What a great play fake. Play action for the Cougars. And Tucker gets to the 41. It'll be a pickup of 10 on the pass completion, the first pass attempt of the night, and the Cougars end up picking up the 1st down. You run it down the middle enough times, you lull that defense into that security, if you will, and then you get a play like that on the bootleg where Caden's able to get it to Garrett Tucker for the 1st down pass.
Providence did not see that one coming at all. That was a shocker to them.
I don't think anybody saw that coming except for Preston King and Gary Fessel and the North Harrison coaching staff. That was it.
They were the only ones that were in on it.
21-7 Brownstown up at halftime up at Scottsburg, by the way. The score update there. Here's the handoff to Cooper Clooney. There's nowhere to go. All dressed up, no place to go for Cooper. He got a yard on the play, got to the 40 of Providence, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. Lincoln Crewer among the multitude of tacklers there for the Pioneer defense. 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go here in this 4th quarter. 21-14 Providence. The Cougars making some substitutions here as they try to get some changes here. Indiana men's basketball exhibition going very well with Marion University tonight. The Hoosiers are up 87-30 with 11:22 to go in the 2nd half up in Bloomington tonight. Here's the pitch play to Bryce Fessel. It's hit in the backfield, and he's able to drive forward, running to his right. Lincoln Crewer again comes out of the bottom of the pile. He's one of them. Reyes Nino again there as well. Just a 1-yard pickup again for Bryce. 3rd and 8 coming up. Ball at the far hash mark. Halftime in Vincennes. Jasper leading Vincennes Lincoln 28-7. Just another score update there as we get some of those in here late in the contest. 8:14 to go here in Clarksville. 3rd and 8 for the Cougars, down by 7. Here's the snap, the pitch back to Bryce Fessel. He was looking to throw, and Lincoln Crewer blew up the play for Providence. Actually, it was Nathan Weber who blew up the play. Give credit to Nathan Weber for making that tackle. Bryce was trying to throw the football down the field. Instead, it'll be a loss of 7 on the play. The Cougars trying to go into their bag of tricks, and it backfired on them that time. Boy, oh boy, this is a 4th down and 15 coming up here for North Harrison. They have to get at least to the Providence 31-yard line to convert this 1st down. Down by 7. Snap. Hain drops back. Looks. He's got pressure coming. He's got to get out of there. Does. Throws it down the field, and I don't think it's going to be – it will be completed, but it'll be short of the marker. Garrett Tucker gets the catch at the 33, but he is going to be short of the 1st down by 2 yards, so it'll be a turnover on downs to Providence on a 13-yard completion from Caden Hain to Garrett Tucker. And it will be 1st down as Providence takes over at their own 33-yard line with 7:17 to go. The heck of an effort, but it just needed Garrett to be about 3 yards further downfield. It was a good play call there, though.
Yeah,
gotta give him that.
It was.
Well, now the officials are huddling. I don't know why. He was 2 yards short of the 1st down. I mean, the Providence fans were kind of on the edge of their seat there for just a second. There's no way that's not even close. No. I mean, it really isn't. No Providence will have the football. Let's see, 24 plus 17 is a 41-yard drive that goes 12 plays, and it took, let's see, here, 4:43 6 minutes and 2 seconds is how long that drive took. So it'll be a turnover on downs to Providence at their own 33. First down, 2 receivers split out to the near side. The snap to Fondrisi, looks downfield. He's going to the big target. Leeser caught it on the over-the-shoulder catch in Cougar territory. Ran out of bounds after making the catch at the 36-yard line. That'll be a 31-yard connection on the pass play to Noah Leeser. And a first down easily as Providence quickly works into North Harrison territory. Leeser split out wide to the near side or to the right. Evans in the slot. Sipes the back, lined up to the left of Fondrisi in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Sipes gets the handoff. He's got room to run. Blockers downfield. He gets taken down short of the 20-yard line. Dawson Sen and Cooper Clooney also there. Gets down to the 22, so that will be a 14-yard run for Kalen Sipes, and that'll be another first down for Providence as they chewed up 45 yards on the first 2 plays. One receiver now split out to each side. Sipes lined up in the backfield to the right of Fondrisi. Near side in the shotgun. Takes the snap, but whistles blow. Flag comes flying in. And let's see what the penalty is all about here. It came from the back judge, which typically means it's an offensive penalty. No, it's an illegal substitution on North Harrison. Well, that's the one time it's not a penalty on the offense, usually. Well, Cougars put themselves in a bad spot with that, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty on North Harrison. They're 6th of the night for 38 yards. Ball now in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Providence 1st and 5 with 6:42 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Shotgun, Nico Fondrisi. Takes the snap, drops back, pressure comes, but he throws the slant to Leeser, and a flag is going to come in.
Oh, that was interesting.
I don't think that's a penalty. I don't know why that's a penalty. I know there was a lot of contact there, but Leeser had a chance to catch it, didn't. That's ridiculous. No, sorry, I don't think that's a good call there. That's going to be half the distance to the goal on the penalty, and it will put the ball down around the 8-yard line for Providence. So North Harrison, again, costing themselves with penalties here. 7 penalties now on the night for North Harrison. Fondrisi in the shotgun, 1 back on either side. Sipes to his left, to his right, Lincoln Kruer. Snap, handoff to Sipes. He tries to get outside. However, he's not going anywhere once he gets to the numbers. Kalen Sipes is going to lose yardage. Aiden Childers, what a job he did there. Back to the 12. It'll be a loss of 4 on the run for Kalen Sipes, and that will bring up now a 2nd down and goal at the 12-yard line of the Cougars. Effort North Lawrence just got a touchdown. They're down 20-17 at Columbus East with 10:39 remaining in the fourth quarter. Fondrisi in the shotgun again, same formation. The snap low. Able to get it, though. Throws it to the back corner, and it is a catch. So they ruled Jacob Evans got it. Looked like he had it. Might have bobbled it just a bit there in the back right corner of the end zone. But the touchdown complete from Fondrisi to Jacob Evans. It's a 12-yard pass completion for a touchdown. And a drive that goes 4 plays, 67 yards for Providence. And now the Cougars their backs up against the wall with 5:51 to go here in the fourth and final frame. Jackson Ravel will come on to kick the PAT. Lucas Mock is the holder. Pete Lannon is the long snapper. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up. Ravel is pure once again as he continues to be perfect on extra points this year. He's 2 for 2 tonight, 39 of 39 on the season. Providence has taken their biggest lead of the night, 28-14 with 5:51 to go here in the fourth quarter of play here at Gene Sartini Field inside Murphy Stadium. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
You've been dreaming of that perfect outdoor space, a place to relax, entertain, and enjoy.
Sorry about that. Again, not getting to the break in time there to stop that, but Providence does get the touchdown, and they do get the extra point. So now North Harrison down by 2 touchdowns. 28-14 is the score, as Nico Fondrisi was able to connect with Jacob Evans for the 12-yard touchdown pass, the fade route to the corner. Fondrisi making his 15th touchdown pass of the season. That is the 5th touchdown reception for Jacob Evans this year. It's a good pass. Evans looked like he might have bobbled it there a bit, but he was able to get control enough to be able to come down with the touchdown. And, of course, at 6'3", he's going to have an advantage almost every week against a lot of guys that try to cover him on this Providence schedule. And even going into the sectional, there really aren't a lot of guys who will be able to cover that. And then you got 6'6" with Noah Leeser. They got some size at receiver. Here's the kick. Ravel, end over end, hard kick that's caught at the 3. Landon Banks will run it up the middle of the field. He gets by the first wave of tacklers and then gets body slammed down at the 24. So that'll set up the Cougars with this next possession. And it will be first down coming up here. Let's see if the Cougars can get something. I know it's out of character, but they got to get something quick. Ball will actually be spotted at the 23-yard line. So 5:51 left when Providence got the touchdown. 5:44 now on the clock. Here in the fourth quarter with Providence up 28-14. North Harrison will start at their own 23, exactly where they started their first drive of the night. And a handoff going for a short gain on the play. I'm trying to see if it was Fessel. I think Bryce got there. Jorge Reyes Nino in on the tackle. No, it was Cooper Clooney who comes out of the bottom of the pile. Cooper only gets 2 on the carry. Second down and 8 coming up. So Clooney not able to get much. North Harrison looking for anything they can get at this point. A field goal came with 1:19 to go in the third. There from Ravel, the second one that he made. And this time, good run coming here for North Harrison. Bryce Fessel gets the carry, gets up to the 34-yard line. Providence able to make the tackle there. So this will be a 9-yard carry on 2nd and 8. First down coming up here as the Cougars get a new set of downs, trying to work their way down the field. Game clock down to 4:50 and counting here at Sartini Field. And we'll see if the Cougars can do something here to respond. They're going to have to score, have to get the ball back quickly. They're really not in a good place right now. Caden Hain looking toward the sideline. He's got to get the snap with 5 on the play clock. Goes under center. Single back in Fessel. Bryce gets the handoff in the King package. Finds some room. Continues to spin forward and across the 45 down to the 47-yard line. This will be a good carry.
Nice run.
13 yards on the run this time for Bryce, and he'll pick up yet another North Harrison first down. Bryce has, I think, gotten stronger, it's safe to say, as the game has gone along as far as his runs go.
Got 161 yards right now. It's like
not a bad night, and if that ends up being accurate, he's cleared 1,500 yards for the season again. Back-to-back years. Here's the snap. Bryce gets the handoff, finds room this time up the middle, ran into his own guy. If Garrett Tucker had gotten out of the way, might have had more yardage there. I don't know what happened there. Garrett was, for whatever reason, I guess he was blocking downfield, and then next thing you know, Bryce runs right into the sophomore, but it'll be an 8-yard carry nevertheless. 2nd down and 2 coming up. Oh, man. I don't think I've ever seen that happen with a North Harrison carry in all the time we've covered them. Honestly, don't think that's happened. So the Cougars will line it up again. This time it'll be Hain under center, quarterback keeper. Oh boy, forward progress is going to be big on this one. I don't know if he got there. It's going to be really close. If he didn't get there, he's only off maybe a foot. Looks like it's going to be a good spot, though. It's going to be a good spot. Yeah, that's a generous spot probably, but it's a 2-yard run for Bryce. It'll be first down. New set of downs coming up here for the Cougars at the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the carry. That's all they needed, and we got a whistle. Bryce gets 2 on that carry. Or, I'm sorry, it was Caden, actually. Caden was the ball carrier. That's my bad. Golly, I knew that. Vessel gets the carry this time, though. Make no mistake about this one. Bryce is the ball carrier. He gets across the 40, running to his right, gets to the 38, 5 yards on the run, 2nd down and 5 for Bryce Vessel and the Cougars. Maybe if I actually thought back about that for 2 seconds, I would have realized that it was Caden who kept it. It was the quarterback sneak up the middle again. 2:23, clock rolling. Cougars got to go right now. I understand, you're in a position now where you're just trying to get ready for next week. North Harrison, though, like to try to keep this competitive. Fessel gets the handoff, and man, did he get hit by a wave of Providence tacklers there at the 36. There was nowhere to go once he got there.
He couldn't wiggle when they got to him.
How many Pioneer defenders got there? Golly, Lucas Mock, Lincoln Kruer again, Pete Lannon. I mean, we could go probably 7 names deep on that one. 2 yards for Fessel. And it sets up 3rd down and 3 from the 36-yard line in Providence territory. Minute 36 and counting. Play clock down to 12. Hain under center takes the snap, hands it to Bryce. No, he doesn't. He hands it off. He faked the handoff, fooled everybody, including us, and he gets around to the sideline, gets up to the 28-yard line. He'll pick up 8 yards on 3rd down and 3, and the Cougars once again keep the offense moving with another first down. Hain goes for 8 to the Providence 28. Ball on the near hash mark. Timeout is called on the field with 1:27 to go here in the 4th quarter. North Harrison down 28-14 to the Providence Pioneers. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
You've been dreaming of that perfect outdoor space, a place to relax, entertain, and enjoy the seasons. Isn't it time to make it happen? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, they create stunning decks, patios, covered porches, and pergolas designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Jason and Carla bring professional, personalized service to homes across Southern Indiana with results you'll love for years to come. Stop by their location on South Capitol Avenue or give them a call today. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, your local source for every project.
Come and see our mom and dad. Real country, pure country.
96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
1 minute and 27 seconds left here in the 4th quarter, and the North Harrison Cougars down by 14 to the top 5 team in Class A in Providence. Corydon Central able to get a safety on Silver Creek in the 3rd quarter, and then Jeremy Coverdale actually got a rushing touchdown. So the Panthers down 21-14 late in the 3rd quarter. Here's Hain throwing into coverage, and there's Garrett Tucker. Pass interference is coming here on Providence. Trevor Unruh was on the coverage. He was all over Tucker when he was trying to make that catch. And so that will be a pass interference penalty on Providence. Good throw there for Caden as he was rolling out to the near side or to his left. So the Pioneers pass interference typically 15 yards. That's a couple of glitches here with the lights of the press box here tonight. It's not been bad, though, but for some reason the lights have popped on a couple of times, and so when it's dark and then it goes to light, it kind of makes things look a little different there.
It kind of blinds you for a few seconds to what's going on.
But thankfully we have people here who know what they're doing, so they're doing a good job staying on top of that. 5th penalty on Providence, 50 yards, 15-yarder gets the Cougars down to the Providence 13. Handoff goes to Fessel, runs it to his right, gets down looks like maybe inside the 10. They'll say it down to the 10. It's a 3-yard carry for Bryce this time after the pass interference. And the Cougars called their second timeout with 1:11 to go, so they only have one timeout left. We'll stay here with it this time. We'll save some breaks for our post game here. We're in the event of another timeout. But it is 21-14. Silver Creek leading Corydon Central over in Sellersburg. So they were able to force Silver Creek into a safety. And then Jeremy Coverdale, who, by the way, has just been a blocker at fullback for the Panthers this year, he gets the handoff, and he was able to power his way into the end zone with 2:48 to go in the third. And the Panthers are only down 7 at Silver Creek tonight, even though the Dragons have had some highlight plays. Cameron Black has hit a couple of touchdown passes. So all in all, Corydon's still competing. North Harrison in trouble right now, down by 2 touchdowns, 28-14, 1:11 to go in the fourth here at Providence. Here's the snap, the pitch back to Bryce Fessel, tries to run it to the far sideline, and looks like he's able to get inside the 5. Beyond that, I could not tell you where they're going to mark him. It looks like they'll mark him around the 1, actually. So he got close to getting into the end zone there. You get out of bounds, you stop the clock. It was 1st and goal from the 10, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The 10-yard run for Fessel down to the 1. Actually, it'll be 1st and goal now as Bryce was able to convert right there. So Fessel on the 10th play of the drive. He'll get the handoff. He'll walk in for the touchdown with 1:02 to go here in the fourth quarter. 3rd touchdown for Bryce Fessel, his 16th of the season. It's a 1-yard dive into the end zone. An 11-play drive that spans 77 yards. And North Harrison is going to go for 2 again. I'm not sure what's happened with Dawson Sen and the kicking, but they're going for 2, and that's a little unsettling to some degree. I don't know if he's just not able to kick, if he's not been kicking as well, and they're like, this is kind of the way we have to do it now. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe something to talk with Gary Fessel about next week. Pioneers jump, but they were able to get back before the Cougars could force the penalty there as Hain gets the handoff to Fessel. He finds his way to the 1, and they're going to say he got stopped at the 1-yard line on the 2-point try. Well, North Harrison does get the touchdown, though, and they cut the lead back to 8, 28-20, still a 1-possession game as Providence leads with just 1:02 to go here in the fourth quarter here at Sartini Field in Murphy Stadium. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Well, North Harrison and Providence going down to the wire, it seemed, but the Pioneers were able to get a touchdown pass from Nico Fondrisi to Jacob Evans, a 12-yard pass that put them up 28-14 with 5:51 to go. The Cougars end up going 11 plays, 77 yards, in 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Bryce Fessel's 2nd 1-yard touchdown of the night, his 3rd touchdown overall, and the Cougars are back down by 8, 28-20 here at Gene Sartini Field inside Murphy Stadium on the campus of Providence High School. Gene Sartini, the longtime coach here at Providence, really established this program here, the all-time winningest coach here, Hall of Famer, led the Pioneers to state finals a couple of times back in his coaching career. Dawson Sen will try the onside kick at the 50. It's a melee at midfield. Who has it? I think Providence, looked like initially Providence got to it, but let's see what happens when they unpile everybody right at the 50. The Cougars recover the kick.
Oh, my. That's
well, that's what they think. And now it looks like maybe they're going to say Providence recovered what is going on? Now Providence has it. So Providence actually gets the kick. The official pointed toward the Pioneers, so Providence ends up recovering the onside kick. The Cougars initially thought they had it. The officials continued to talk about it, and they decided that Providence ends up getting on top of it. So the ball will be resting right at the 50-yard line, and Providence will have a first down and 10. Cougars only have one timeout left, and really all the Pioneers have to do is run out the clock at this point with 1 minute to go. Really not much the Cougars are going to be able to do about this. Fondrisi will go under center, take the snap, take the knee. That'll be, of course, a loss of a yard for every time he does that, but still, that doesn't matter any to Daniel McDonald and this Providence football team. They're going to take this win and run with it into sectional 48. They got a long, long bus ride ahead of them next week as they head over to North Knox to take on the Warriors in the opening round of sectional 48. The Cougars will be home next week, and they will be hosting the Corydon Central Panthers in the first round of sectional 31 in Class 3A. Fondrisi will go under center one more time with 23 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. He'll get the snap. He'll take the knee again. Another loss of a yard, but Providence is going to be the victor tonight here on their last home game of the regular season. The final score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard tonight here at Gene Sartini Field inside Murphy Stadium here on the campus of Providence High School in Clarksville. The Class A number 4 Pioneers prevail by a final of 28-20 over the North Harrison Cougars on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, as Providence will finish regular season play with a 6-2 record. The Cougars will finish with a 3-6 record after taking the loss here on the road tonight. And for Providence, they now lead the all-time series 6-2 over North Harrison. They're now 3-1 here on their home field against the Cougars all-time. North Harrison will finish the regular season with a 1-3 record away from home. Providence, meanwhile, finishes the home slate 3-1. That's their final home record here at Sartini Field this season. We will head into our Davis Crushstone postgame show. On the other side of the break, we'll have final stats and analysis. We'll also take a look at what's coming up next week in the opening round of Class 3A Sectional 31 as North Harrison gets ready to meet Corydon Central in back-to-back years to begin sectional play. And we'll also take a look at what else has been going on around the area tonight. We'll also give you a Corydon Central football update. The Panthers playing over in Sellersburg against the Silver Creek Dragons. All of that coming up on our Davis Crushstone postgame show after this break. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
You've been thinking about it, that bathroom upgrade you've always wanted. Well, what are you waiting for? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint Home, they offer cost-effective acrylic baths and showers, less invasive to install, easy to clean, and built to last. Need an ADA remodel or aging-in-place design? Jason and Carla are your local experts right here in historic downtown Corydon. Stop by their South Capitol Avenue location today or give them a call. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint Home, your local source for every project.
Mom and Dad.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
Real country, pure country.
96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Well, the Providence Pioneers getting to sing the school song tonight here on their home field as they prevail over the North Harrison Cougars. But it was a good football game for a lot of the night. here at Gene Sartini Field inside Murphy Stadium here on the campus of Providence High School in Clarksville. Providence with the victory tonight, ranked number 4 in Class A in the USA Today rankings, number 5 in the coaches poll in Class A. Providence victorious tonight 28-20 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard over the North Harrison Cougars. Providence finishes 3-1 at home in the regular season, 6-2 overall. For the Cougars, 3-6 overall, 1-3 on the road to finish regular season play. Providence will be headed to North Knox for the first round of Sectional 48 in Class A next Friday night as they begin their journey to try to maybe defend that Class A state title. A year ago, Providence did win their first state championship last year in program history, going 14-0 in the process as they beat the North Judson Blue Jays to do that. Providence will take it one step at a time, starting with North Knox and Bicknell next Friday, just north of Vincennes. About a 2-hour, 40-minute bus ride, give or take a few minutes here or there for the Pioneers. The Cougars will be back home next week. They'll start off Class 3A Sectional 31, and they will be at home to take on the Corydon Central Panthers. The Big Cat Classic comes to the postseason for the 6th time ever as the Cougars get ready for what is going to be a huge matchup against the Panthers in postseason play. The 6th time that the Cougars and the Panthers have met in the postseason, with North Harrison having won each of the 5 meetings to this point going into that matchup. I'd like to welcome you to our Davis Crushstone postgame show as we continue along here on 96.9 WKLO. Providence wins tonight 28-20 over North Harrison to wrap up the regular season. The Cougars, though, put up a good front tonight against this Providence team, but you kind of look back to North Harrison turning it over on downs there with it there early in the fourth quarter with 7:17 to go as kind of the point when Providence really shut the door on any chance that North Harrison might be able to complete the comeback, even though the Cougars had trimmed the lead down to 4 at 18-14. Providence did come back, responded with a quick drive that went 4 plays, 67 yards with a passing touchdown. The Pioneers got up 28-14, never really looked back again after that, as the Cougars did get one last score on the board to close things out with a Bryce Fessel touchdown. And Bryce's numbers quite impressive tonight here on the road. Puts him over 1,500 rushing yards for the season now. And for this North Harrison team, a loss tonight, but definitely played a lot better than they did 2 weeks ago when we saw them at home against the Silver Creek Dragons. So definitely seeing some things come together. The penalties are still a little bit on the high side for this North Harrison team, but they certainly have they've certainly figured some things out and have put together a more complete effort as a team, playing better complementary football between the offense and the defense. The defense made some nice plays tonight here on the road, and that ended up helping out the offense quite a bit as well. North Harrison ate up a lot of yardage on that first drive of the game and went 18 plays for 77 yards. But unfortunately for the Cougars, they just couldn't sustain that anymore from that point on, as the Cougars fall short tonight by a final score of 28-20 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Let's take a look at the final drive summary tonight. We start with North Harrison. First drive of the night, 18 plays, 77 yards, took 10 minutes, 25 seconds. Got the rushing touchdown, Bryce Fessel, from 1 yard out with 1:35 to go in the opening quarter. And the Cougars got out to the early lead with the 2-point conversion successful. A pass completion coming from Caden Hain to Cooper Clooney. Got the Cougars up 8-0 early. Providence on their first drive went 8 plays, 39 yards, actually stalled out to start the second quarter at the North Harrison 3. The Cougars took over it with a turnover on downs, then went 6 plays, 12 yards in 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Had to punt the ball away to Providence. Punt got partially blocked off Dawson Sen's foot. And as a result, the Pioneers got great field at the North Harrison 42, which is where they started their first drive. Providence went 5 plays, 42 yards in 55 seconds, capped it off with Lincoln Kruer getting the 1-yard touchdown run. as Nico Fondrisi found Kalen Sipes on a short pass for the 2-point conversion. That tied the game at 8 with 6:16 to go in the second quarter. North Harrison would go 4 plays for -2 yards, started with a sack from Caden Hain, and it all went downhill from there as the Cougars end up trying to run on the punt there on 4th down. Unfortunately, Dawson Sen got caught for a 2-yard loss and fumbled the football as well, so the turnover to Providence set them up at the North Harrison 17, where they went to the buck sweep. Trenton Taylor with the run for 17 yards, 3:56 to go until halftime. Jackson Ravel's PAT made it 15-8. Providence over North Harrison at that point. That would be the score going into halftime. North Harrison would run 6 plays for 22 yards to wrap up the first half. Providence came out, got the football at their own 48-yard line, started off with a buck sweep again to Trenton Taylor for 27 yards. The Pioneers kind of stalled out from there. They did get a 12-yard Kalen Sipes run, but the next 4 plays end up going for a combined total of 1 yard, and it set up Jackson Ravel for a 27-yard field goal. He was able to connect on that with 9:49 to go in the third. The Pioneers bumped the lead up to 18-8. North Harrison did come back, though, and went on a long drive, 5 minutes, 42 seconds, 10 plays, 80 yards, and it was Bryce Fessel breaking loose and carrying the defender, Noah Frossard, with him all the way to the end zone for the last 5, 6, maybe 7 yards there. Fessel able to get into the end zone. The Cougars went for 2. Dawson Sen on the end-around reverse unfortunately bobbled the handoff, and it kind of stalled him on the play. Got stopped at the 1 yard line. The 2-point conversion was unsuccessful with 4:07 to go in the third quarter of play, but the Cougars did cut the lead down to 4 at 18-14 at that juncture. Continuing on after that, the Pioneers got it back on the next drive, started at the North Harrison 38 after a big kick return. Trevor Unruh got a 16-yard completion to start the drive, but 3 plays that went for a total of 5 yards after that set up a Jackson Ravel field goal. This one a 34-yarder that he nailed between the uprights with 1:19 to go in the third. Providence took the lead out to 21-14. That would be the score going into the fourth quarter of play. And North Harrison had a pretty solid drive to start, going for 7, 3, 2, 6, 3, and 3 again. But then a run for Landon Banks went backwards 1 yard. That was followed by a nice play action that resulted in a 10-yard connection between Caden Hain and Garrett Tucker. That got the Cougars into Providence territory, but then the Cougars getting a penalty that stalled out the drive. Had a trick play to Fessel on the pitch. He tried to roll out to find a pass out to the right side of the field or over on toward the North Harrison sideline, and he got taken down for a 7-yard loss. Hain did find Garrett Tucker for a 13-yard gain to the Providence 33. It was 2 yards short of a first down on 4th and 15, so the Pioneers took over at their own 33 with 7:17 to go. 4 plays, 67 yards later, a pass completion from the Pioneers, Nico Fondrisi to Jacob Evans, the fade corner route into the end zone for the touchdown, 12 yards. Ravel's PAT with 5:51 to go in the fourth gave Providence a 28-14 lead. The Cougars did come back, had a Fessel run for 13 and 10 on an 11-play drive that went 77 yards in 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Fessel finished off the drive with a 1-yard touchdown with 1:02 to go, and the Cougars went for 2, tried to go to Fessel on the counter play. It was unsuccessful as he was taken down at the 1 yard line. And so with that, North Harrison coming up short here tonight on the road at Providence, 28-20. The onside kick almost worked, actually, for the Pioneers, or for the Cougars, that is. It looked like they actually might have had the football for just a second. There on the onside kick at the 50-yard line. Dawson Sen put the right tempo on the ball as far as the slow bouncer that the Cougars could catch up to. But Providence was ready for it. They recovered it at the 50, and Nico Fondrisi just had to kneel out twice to close out the game. And Providence goes on to get the win, 28-20 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. And trying to type and talk at the same time is a chore for me, so I'm just trying to get as much of this in as I possibly can on the social media right now. Just try to make sure we get the report in there to everybody to make sure they know what's going on with the score here of the game tonight here at Providence. And yeah, I'm just trying to type at this point. Just trying to make sure we get that in there before we get this done. But anyway, North Harrison does fall tonight. They get 28-20, the final score. A great effort on the road here tonight for this North Harrison football team. And obviously going into sectional with a loss, not what you want, but the Cougars did lose 24-0 to Providence last year before going on to win the sectional title. The Cougars will not be the favorite going into sectional 31 this year, but certainly a team that if they can put everything together, they can certainly make things interesting in the postseason. Let's take a look at the final individual and team totals tonight. Rushing yardage, Kalen Sipes led Providence 13 carries, 69 yards on the night as he leads the effort on the ground for the Pioneers. Sipes did not reach the end zone in this game. Trenton Taylor, 3 carries, 46 yards and 1 touchdown, his 6th of the year in the rushing game there for Providence. Lincoln Kruger, 2 carries, 23 yards and a touchdown. 3 carries for 2 yards for Nico Fondrisi, and Lucas Mock with 1 carry for 1 yard for Providence. 22 carries, 141 yards, averaged 6.4 yards per carry. Fondrisi didn't have to throw the ball much tonight, but he was 5 out of 8 passing for 75 yards and a touchdown. Fondrisi was able to find Noah Leeser with 2 catches for 39 yards. Trevor Unruh, 2 receptions for 24 yards. Jacob Evans, 1 reception, went for the 12-yard touchdown tonight for Providence as the Pioneers ran 30 plays on offense for just 216 yards. So they didn't have the ball much, but they did make the most of a lot of opportunities, scoring 3 touchdowns tonight to go with 2 field goals in this game. For North Harrison, Bryce Fessel, 39 carries, 190 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He led the Cougars tonight as he goes over 1,500 yards for the season. Caden Hain, 14 carries, a hard-earned 29 yards on the road tonight. Cooper Clooney with 8 carries for 19 yards. Landon Banks carried it twice for a total of 0 yards, and Dawson Sen 1 carry for -2 yards. The Cougars ran 64 times for 236 yards, and they averaged 3.7 yards per carry. Caden Hain, 2 of 2 passing for 23 yards. Both passes were completed to Garrett Tucker. The Cougars ran 66 plays for 259 yards tonight here at Murphy Stadium on Gene Sartini Field. So they outgained Providence by 43 yards, but what ends up mattering the most is the tally on the scoreboard, which favored the Pioneers tonight to the tune of a 28-20 win for this Providence Pioneer football team as they finish the regular season 6-2, and North Harrison 3-6 as they head into sectional play. We'll give you score updates and get ready to wrap things up on our Davis Crushstone postgame show coming up after the break as you're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
You've been dreaming of that perfect outdoor space, a place to relax, entertain, and enjoy the seasons. Isn't it time to make it happen? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, they create stunning decks, patios, covered porches, and pergolas designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Jason and Carla bring professional, personalized service to homes across southern Indiana with results you'll love for years to come. Stop by their location on South Capitol Avenue or give them a call today. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, your local source for every project.
Mom and Dad.
Well, our last segment here tonight at Gene Sartini Field inside Murphy Stadium on the campus of Providence High School. The Providence Pioneers winners tonight here over the North Harrison Cougars, the number 4 team in the USA Today poll in Class A, number 5 in the coaches poll, win it 28-20 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Providence 6-2 to wrap up regular season play. They won 3 in a row to wrap up the regular season. They'll head to Bicknell, just north of Vincennes, to take on the North Knox Warriors to open up Class A Sectional 48 next week. For North Harrison, they fall to 3-6. The Cougars finished the regular season with a 2-2 record in their last 4 games. They'll be back home to take on the Corydon Central Panthers next Friday night at Cougar Field. We'll be back in Ramsey next Friday for that matchup as the Big Cat Classic comes to the postseason again right here on 96.9 WKLO. Corydon Central at North Harrison, a rematch of a closely contested regular season game that the Panthers won 32-29 in Ramsey on September 5th, and it was the first time Corydon Central had won against the Cougars since August 29th of 2014. Corydon Central has been dealing with some injuries at key positions down the home stretch of the regular season. Senior Dane Nyman has taken over at quarterback. Jack Fessel continues to make a huge impact. Senior linebacker Matthew Wolf is still producing tackles, along with junior linebacker Mason Pedigo. The Panthers are in Sellersburg tonight taking on Silver Creek, and at last check with 6:06 to go in the fourth quarter, Dane Nyman connected with JoJo McCarty for a touchdown pass, went for 2. Tried to go to Jack Fessel on that 2-point conversion, but the conversion unsuccessful. So Silver Creek is up 21-20, 6:06 to go in the fourth quarter at last check. The Cougars and the Panthers have met 5 times in sectional play previously, with North Harrison having won all of the previous 5 meetings, including last season's first-round matchup in Corydon, 30-7, and that propelled the Cougars to their first football sectional championship in program history. So join our broadcast next week as we begin the 53rd IHSAA Football State Tournament. We'll get started around 6:30 next Friday night from Cougar Field on the campus of North Harrison High School in the town of Ramsey. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. Catch Corydon Central and North Harrison football all throughout the postseason. You're on 96.9 WKLO. You can find us streaming online at WKLO969.com. You can also find us on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9, or you can listen on your Alexa by saying, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. We'll give a couple of score updates here. Columbus East does hang on to beat Bedford North Lawrence 20-17. The Olympians clinched the outright second place in the Hoosier Hills Conference with a 5-4 regular season record. BNL has lost 2 of their last 3. They fall to 6-3 as they get ready for postseason play heading to Jennings County next Friday night. Columbus East has a bye, waits the Whiteland-Seymour winner in 5A Sectional 14. Floyd Central rolls at New Albany 42-7, the final score there. At last check at the end of the third quarter, Charlestown had a stranglehold with the lead over Eastern, and that continued into the fourth. Charlestown goes on to win 49-6 in Pekin against the Musketeers tonight. Mentioned Silver Creek up 1 over Corydon with 6:06 to go. Haven't seen any further updates on that game here as of late. We'll try to get a couple more scores in before we begin to wrap things up for the night. See if we can find some here. We need to see a Brownstown-Scottsburg update. Last check at halftime, Brownstown was up 21-7 there. Jasper leading Vincennes Lincoln 35-21 in the third quarter out in Vincennes. Down in Ferdinand, Southridge dominating Forest Park 49-7 is the score in that one. Meanwhile, let's see if we can find that Scottsburg-Brownstown score. We've been having a little trouble getting updates on that. Well, we're going to have to go to the Brownstown page. Unfortunately, Scottsburg not helping us out with the updates on this right now. And we have a score at the end of the third at last check. Brownstown had pulled away to the tune of a 31-14 lead over Scottsburg. So the Braves starting to salt that one away at Warrior Field tonight as Brownstown looks to finish with an undefeated regular season and clinch the outright Mid-Southern Conference title. So that's the latest score update we have on that one. Meanwhile, exhibition college basketball tonight in Bloomington, Indiana. Overwhelms Marian University out of Indianapolis 107-46. The Hoosiers led 67-22 at halftime and never looked back. Tucker DeVries and Trent Sisley co-led the Hoosiers tonight with 23 points apiece. Samuel Alexis, one of the many transfers on this team, 13 points, 10 rebounds tonight. Tayton Connerway had 10, as did Reed Bailey. So the Hoosiers showing off and looking great tonight. 58% shooting, 15 out of 30 from behind the arc tonight. So good night for Indiana in their exhibition game. They've got another exhibition a week from Sunday. They head to Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis to take on Baylor. So little taste of the basketball season tonight in Bloomington as the Hoosiers get a chance to show off in front of the home fans tonight at home. So those are all the scores that we have from around the area tonight. Again, Corydon down a point. That was the last update we had on that. Brandon Miniard is over there covering that game for the Corydon Democrat. And the Panthers have worked their way down from 15 down to get that game within 1. So they're going to try to see if they can win this and get to their third win of the season before they match up with North Harrison next Friday to open Class 3A, sectional number 31. That's where we'll be next week again in Ramsey. Tune in for our coverage next week with our Davis Crushstone pregame show to begin at 6:30 with kickoff at 7 o'clock from North Harrison right here on 96.9 WKLO. Corydon Central and North Harrison to start off sectional 31 in Class 3A as part of the 53rd IHSAA Football State Tournament. So as a close-up shop for the night, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Harrison County Hospital, Denny's Carpet, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Indiana Home Pro, Lawyers Paint and Home, and Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, Ivy Tech Community College in Sellersburg, Prosser Career Education Center in New Albany, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Bender Lumber, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage in Paoli, and Davis Crushstone in DePaul. Most of all, thanks to you for listening to our North Harrison football broadcast tonight. Once again, the final score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, Providence 28, North Harrison 20, and we go into sectional play next Friday night. We'll join a new edition of a new edition of Indiana Sports Talk in its 32nd season with Bob Lovell. That's coming up next. We'll join it in progress after we wrap up, as we thank you for listening to our broadcast and for tuning into our postgame coverage tonight, presented by Davis Crushstone. Davis Crushstone, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crushstone at 812-347-2707. For our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton, saying have a great night and a great weekend from Gene Sartini Field inside Murphy Stadium on the campus of Providence High School in the town of Clarksville. Real quick, update from Sellersburg. Corydon Central, Dane Nyman fighting his way in for a 6-yard touchdown. He tried to throw for a 2-point conversion. He missed it, but the Panthers have the lead with 48 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. So Corydon Central just trying to hang on right now as they look to get a big road win to close out the regular season, trying to match North Harrison's 3-6 record heading into the matchup next week. Once again, Davis Crushstone pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7 next week. Corydon Central visits North Harrison to open up sectional 31 play as we head to the postseason. This reminder on the way out, keep your heads held high, love each other, be a light in your community, and may God bless America. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. You've been listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
This broadcast on Real Country 96.9 WKLO has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Davis Crushstone, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Ivy Tech of Sellersburg, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center, Rita's Tacos, Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home. Thanks for supporting local athletes, local schools, and local radio. This has been Real Country 96.9 WKLO, keeping our communities connected.
The following is a presentation of WKLO Radio Sports.
That this is a system that you would enjoy, Bob, because you're not passing the ball that much. You just go shoot it. That has Bob Lovell written all over it.
All right, you are the best. Have a great night, a great weekend, and have fun on Sunday.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. High school football tonight, Warren Central, and a big win for Cathedral and Warren Central. Cathedral beats Warren tonight 28-21. Tony Donahue joins me to talk about this. Tony D., great to hear from you. Just a good matchup. Two really good football teams, and Cathedral must have played well to win this.